Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and let's get ready for EJ Boxing Live.
How you doing, Fight Fans? EJ Boxing Live here, and we have a very special guest. Over here, we have Mr. James Ali Bashir. Obviously, he got a female fighter getting ready to fight Clarissa Shields, and you got Glad Serenko, the heavyweight contender, coming up still. So, Mr. Bashir, how you doing? How you been? Mr.
Good, how are you?
I'm fine, bro. I'm fine. I've been all right. So obviously, the big fight on the weekend. We're talking about a lot of people been talking about all weekend. What's your take on that in the yard?
I think that he's a good fighter, but he needs more experience. He needs more experience. I think that he was stumbling along, if you will, in the Kovalev fight. And when I say stumbling along, I mean he was losing those rounds. He was losing those rounds leading up to the time that he had got stopped. I mean, he did some good work, but his best work was done in the eighth round. But outside of there, he was pretty successful. But it leads me to wonder how would he have done against Bivol, better Biv, other kid. What's the Canadian kid's name?
Canadian kid? Who's the Canadian kid? What, the one that retired? Who's the Canadian kid? The Canadian. That's what's his name? Andre. What's his name again?
Pascal.
Oh, Pascal. Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
He had his hands with made to believe to be an over the hill champion. I mean, Kovalev is fighting with one foot in the ring and the other foot in retirement, and he struggled with him. I feel that if he had, this is just my opinion, I feel if he had more experience, he would have beaten Kovalev. But the lack of sparring, that's where they're missing out. Sparring is a valuable tool because you get better through sparring. You spar good people, you become good. Going back many years ago, when I started this training thing in DLA, Pennsylvania, in Muhammad Ali's training camp, I came into the camp working with then champion Matthew Saad Muhammad. And I look back on those guys, Matthew Saad, Eddie Mustafa, Michael Dokes, Tim Witherspoon, a host of heavyweights and light heavyweights that came through Muhammad Ali's camp. And they all acted as sparring partners for Muhammad Ali. And every one of those guys that came into that camp became world champions because they were subjected to boxing other world champions, other aspiring world champions. At that time, they wasn't champions, but they were boxing each other, and all of them later on in boxing became world champions. So yeah, I think that Yard, the most valuable thing he can do now is engage in sparring sessions with other good boxers.
100%. So your quote is the trainer made a huge mistake, reinventing the wheel. Explain.
Yeah, he made a mistake, and just my opinion. He might come back and counter what I'm saying, but my belief is that he's a young man, and young people make mistakes. I'm no exception to that rule, but I think he made a big mistake, and he went public with it, the fact that they don't need sparring to go into any fight. And I think that was a big mistake, going into another the champion's country, and you didn't have no sparring, educated sparring, not just sparring, educated sparring. Yeah, I stand by that. It was he was trying to reinvent the wheel. He says that there's too much wear and tear on the boxer. Hell, Vladimir Klitschko was doing upwards of 90 rounds. Larry Holmes was doing up to 120 rounds. Larry Holmes Joe Frazier had Larry Holmes, Ken Norton, and Jimmy Young as sparring partners. He had top fighters in the world as sparring partners.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is, all of these years that has passed, and sparring is a proven method. Then this young man, Tunde, comes in and says, "No, we don't need sparring. There's too much wear and tear on the fight." So, that's why I made the quote or the announcement that he was trying to reinvent the wheel. When it's proven, it's a proven fact. The sparring aids the sharpness, hand-eye coordination, and many other things. You know, but you go to a fight and you say that you got no sparring. How do you? I think that if Yarde had sparring, he might have beaten Kovalev. He might have had the stamina because the jab that put him down was a so-so jab. But Yarde was more exhausted than he was hurt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I saw it. Reinventing the wheel. So, I actually saw them spar when I went there to the gym. I did see they did spar. I don't think they were sparring no big names or anything like that. So I did see them spar. It wasn't high voltage sparring, but I did see them spar. But a lot of their work
when you're fighting for a world title.
Yeah.
When you're fighting for the world title, you got to get the best sparring partners that you can get. And you can't get sparring partners that want to come in and make friends with you. You got to get sparring partners that's going to come in and execute their own game plan, their own game plans.
Yeah. So
that's how the principle gets better.
Well, in this day and age, like a lot, Tunde got pad work, and a lot of his training is based on pad work. You know what you see in the Mayweather, and I think a lot of his philosophy is based on reflexes and training and pad work.
Did you say pad work?
Yeah, that's basically a lot of his training is based on pad work. But I saw that when I went there.
The pad work that I saw them doing.
Mm-hmm.
The pad work that I saw them doing prior to him going into the ring. If that's the pad work that they were doing, that pad work is better used. Would better serve people who are trying to practice aerobics as opposed to people that was trying to box for the world title.
Oh dear. But they did it for like 2 hours, and then they got the guy with the body belt where he hits the body belt, and then another guy comes in. So it's like 3 trainers, and they rotate around. Basically, that's basically their training, and then they do they do a circuit, and that's basically, and do some bad work, and then that's basically their training. What I saw anyway. I mean,
Well, let me say something. Let me say this to you. If that's the routine that they're going to use, they're going to go back trying to get the world title. Good luck with that. I just don't see them being progressive with that. Anthony Yarde, like I said, he's a good fighter, but I do feel that he could be better. That application that they're using now, like I said, that pad work is bullshit. Okay, bullshit. That pity pass, flippy slap shit don't work in the ring. It doesn't work in the ring. You know, and if you think it works, then why is Adrian Broner having more success with it?
It's true. That's a very good point. Maybe
you don't fight like that, kid. A good trainer, a solid trainer, right? A knowledgeable trainer tries to stay as close to the ring activity as possible. But in these modern times, the so-called trainers out there, people who label themselves as trainers without having knowledge or without having application. Because for me, having knowledge without application is ineffective, and having application without knowledge is ineffective. You got to have the two of them working together.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have the two of them working together to be a really good trainer. All right? I spent the last 50 years doing this here, and I learned from the trainers I learned. I made some mistakes along the way. I'm not mistake-free. I look back on some fights that I was the head trainer in, and I have some doubts about the things I did, and I said, next time I'll do it differently. But I learned from my mistakes. I admitted that I made a mistake, And then another thing, he told him, he said, go out there and empty the tank.
Yes, let's talk about that.
In the eighth round, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yarde had never been in a tough fight like that in his life. And he hadn't had no storm to condition his lungs or his mentality, his spiritual mentality. But you tell him to go out and empty his guns in the eighth round? Bad mistake.
What was he trying to say when he said the empty attack? What was he trying to?
Well, I guess they thought that Kovalev was really tired, and they said, you know, go out there and unload the grocery list on him. But I told Ingram, when I spoke to Ingram, I said, listen, experience will be the factor going down the stretch. I picked Kovalev to stop Yarde in between I think the 7th and 10th round. I said he'll get stopped inside the 7th or 10th round. He brings it to the 11th round.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because he's got heart. You know, but ask yourself, would he have gone that long if he's fighting Bill or Beterbiev or Pascal? You think so? Because to me, his flaws were standing out. His flaws were standing out like a neon stop sign. Right? Yeah, because when he began to tire, his flaws were more apparent.
Mm-hmm.
People keep alluding to the fact that he did a good job, but against who? You got one fight in civilian, one leg in civilian life, and you got the other leg in the ring. But I knew that going down the stretch, it was boiled down to experience. And you saw that experience when he jumped on Kovalev. Kovalev was cool as a cucumber, rocking and rolling, grabbing, moving here, moving there, and he was taking those punches. And then after he finished taking them, he delivered some punches to Yarde. And by that time, Yarde was spent. He was spent.
Mm-hmm.
So now you say, you go out there in the 8th round and unload, and then you got 9, 10, 11, and 12. Bad idea. You know, the thing to do now is for Mr. Tunde to do is to admit that he made an error and then try to build on that, going forward. But, you know, if he's not going to admit that he made an error, then he's probably going to make another error.
What's the error you like him? What's the error you like him to admit?
What error am I talking about?
Yeah.
Telling him to go out in the 8th round and unload the gas tank, to go out there and spend this stuff. How could you do that then when your guy has never been the distance? Your guy has never been 12 rounds. Your guy has never fought anybody the caliber of Kovalev. So that what would make you so confident that, you know, he's so tired that I can go out here and take a guy. I can go out here and take a guy out with that kind of experience, that kind of knowledge. It doesn't make sense. An experienced trainer would never have told me to do that.
Well,
you know?
What would you? So we go back to the corner. Like 8th round done really good. What would you advise them at that point? Yarde to do at that point if he was your fighter?
What you mean before the start of the 8th round or after the 8th round?
After the 8th round. No. Okay, yeah, after the 8th round, then no. It was before in it because I think he said it after the 7th. He said empty
I guess he felt that Kovalev was tiring, and he wanted to go out there and say, go out there and knock him out this round. Go out there and finish him this round.
Mm-hmm.
I would have told him to go out there with good double, triple jab. You understand? Slide right handstand. When the window opens, slide right hands in and get right back on his jab. Just try to control the round with his jab. But certainly I would have told him to go out there and put caution to the wind. Kovalev is too experienced for that.
Obviously, that definitely was that.
People say people say, oh, he almost had him. It looked like he almost had him. But if you study Kovalev, Kovalev took everything that Yarde threw, and then he said, okay, and then he gave Yarde something back at the end of the round to let Yarde know that, no, I'm not gone. But Yarde was fit by that time. Yarde came back, Yarde was gone.
Yeah. Trying to take him out. In trying to take him out, it depleted him. And I was.
But why would you tell? Why would you tell a guy that has never even been that far in a fight?
Would you say what?
It's certainly not the caliber of fighter that Kovalev is. Why would you tell him that? That was a big gamble. That was a big gamble.
So
just like I told Ingram, I said experience will be the factor, and you can see the experience of Kovalev. He slipped, he slid, he grabbed, he hold, he rocked, he rolled, he came back. At the end of the round, you saw Kovalev come back with a few punches.
So Buddy was the factor as well, because Buddy said to him, Buddy did say at the end of the 8th round, he goes, "You're taking a round, I'm gonna stop the fight." So
say that again.
I said Buddy said to him at the end of the 8th round, "If you take another round like that, I'm gonna stop the fight." Buddy McGurk.
Or Buddy McGurk. Yeah, but I think Buddy did that there because of the kid that died a couple of weeks before, the Russian kid that died a couple of weeks before, and I think he did that there to spike.
Yeah, Max. You talking about Max and Denishov, right? The one who died, Max and Denishov, right?
Yeah. So I think Buddy said that to wake Kovalev up, to wake him up. You know, Kovalev didn't want the fight stopped. You know, and I think Buddy said that more like a spike to wake him up, to get him started. He said, "I'll stop the fight," and then Kovalev said, "No," and then that called him back to his senses, and he went to work.
Oh, okay, it was like a play to wake him up. Okay, yeah,
it was just like a move to wake him up.
So, what do you think? Like, I looked at the top 10 of the welterweights. I like, and I was listening to Ingram, you and Ingram's. I like the Pascal fight, but Pascal is just grit, determination. You know, he's a contender now. I'd like to see if Yarde could fight Pascal, but I don't. At this point, you know, just me looking, he took a lot of shots, man, and he you know. He's confident in that.
Pascal was eating a jab all night long. I don't, you know, people that watch boxing now, they're not educated. They said that Pascal was eating that jab all night long.
No, I'm talking about Pascal versus Anthony Yarde. I'm talking about Pascal versus Kovalev. I'm talking about Pascal versus Anthony Yarde. How would that fight fare? Yeah, I know. Pascal lost the fight against Kovalev. I agree with you. So I was talking about Yarde coming back.
Pascal might be a little too much for Yarde.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's the match I was talking about.
I think he might be a little too much, a little too trappy, a little bit too experienced for him.
Yeah.
I think that he needs to go back and fight. You know, fight guys that's on the way out, or guys that's just trying to come up like him. You know. He doesn't need Pascal right now. Pascal might be a little too educated for him. Better Be might be too educated for him. Bivol might be too educated for him. But he needs to fight the B tier fighters.
Would you say that Tunde might look at they've done a good marketing job of selling to the public that they fight? I mean, they bumped it up because Tunde talked so much. That's why the fight became $1 million. Like, I think that's their biggest ever payday. Because Tunde was saying, you know, some stuff that we're gonna do a better job than Andre Ward, and you know, certain things, you know, Tunde was saying in the press, which
They sold them, but you know, anybody that knows boxing knows that when Tunde said that Yarde would do something with Andre Ward, everybody that knows boxing knows that he was just trying to sell the fight. But everybody that knows boxing knows what Andre Ward would do to this young kid, Yarde. Everybody knows what Andre Ward would do to him. Now, Andre Ward to get 4 or 5 weeks training and still do it. What are you talking about? You're talking about one of the best boxers. You're talking about one of the best boxers in the history of the sport. You know, not to mention recent times. You know, but everybody knows that Yard couldn't stand it with Andre Ward.
Yeah, yeah. It's going to be very hard for him to come back in the world scene anyway. For me, because they're all young. They're all younger. Kovalev was probably the worst one. You know, he's been in wars and stuff like that. But it's going to be very hard. Even the top 20.
I just think that he needs to go back to the drawing board. I think that he needs more experience. And you can get that experience if you bring in sparring partners. Bring in good sparring partners. Even if you don't have a fight. You want to work with them, just bring in 3 or 4 good sparring partners. Put them up for about 4 or 5 weeks. And let them box with those guys. Let him find his own way. You know, you can't avoid sparring, you know. Some days you're going to do good, some days you're going to do bad, but at least you'll have the experience under your wing, you know.
Absolutely, man. 100%. 100%. Experience, you can't legislate for experience. And, you know, talk about experience.
You figure Vladimir Klitschko. Vladimir Klitschko's got Anthony Joshua, he's got Dillian White, and countless other good up-and-coming heavyweights in the camp. Dillian White, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, Jarrell Miller, all of them was in the camp with Vladimir Klitschko.
Usyk was there as well, isn't it?
Who said, you know, you got all these guys in the camp with a champion like Vladimir Klitschko, and he's boxing these guys. Yeah. So what is that saying about that? So Tunde is saying that Yard doesn't need that, but Vladimir Klitschko is bringing in the top guns from around the world into his sparring camp and put them in the ring. Also, Kawanaki was there. You know, he got all these good sparring partners, and then Tunde is going to come around and say, "Oh, we don't need sparring." Really, you don't. So you know something that nobody else don't know. No, you made a big mistake.
Hey, but
you made a big mistake.
I think Vladimir can afford that. That's a lot of money they're bringing them guys in. I mean, some of them may be free.
Yeah,
but
you're trying to make a lot of money. Yeah. You're trying to make a lot of money.
Okay.
Oh. In America, in the old neighborhood, they used to say it takes money to make money.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You understand? The crap games that used to go on in the back alleys of America, you know, the crap players would say, don't come in with scared money. Don't come in with scared money. Don't come in with 1,000. You know, you come in with 1,500, 2,000. And then you come in and say, in every roll, you're putting up 300, 400 a roll. So it takes money to make money. Now that they've made some money, what's going to be the excuse for not bringing in good sparring? And it should be right there in Britain. It should be good sparring. You don't have to go outside the country to bring in good sparring.
100%.
Vladimir Klitschko was bringing in people from around the world. He was spending money to make money.
100%. 100%. Well, when you used to run Ali used to brought Larry Holmes and all them other guys in, like you said, and you know, see all the future champions around them, and they helped Ali. You know what I'm saying? So you know, Larry Holmes, Tim Witherspoon, and later on they became champions. Vladimir had all them other guys around him. Usyk, you know, all them other guys. So let's switch gears real quick, then, right? Because so this weekend, Luke Campbell's going against Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? How do you give Luke Campbell any chance at all?
Yeah, I give Luke Campbell slim and none, and slim and none, and slim is out of town.
Yeah, go ahead, explain.
Lomachenko's got his eyes on bigger prizes. And Lomachenko's going to give him so many looks that Luke is just not going to be prepared for. His height, his reach is not going to mean anything when you're boxing the Matrix. Because that's what boxing Lomachenko is like. It's like boxing something that's not really there.
Wow.
Lomachenko stops him inside of 7 rounds with body punches.
Oh yes,
He's
yes.
gonna beat Luke up. He's gonna give Luke a really good beating.
Both gold medalists.
Yeah.
Both gold medalists. He's got height and reach. You don't think he'd be able to keep him off with that with his height and reach? No, they're both southpaw as well.
It's not gonna be the Lomachenko's gonna take him to school. I'm telling you, just your eyes on the prize. I'm telling you, he's gonna take him to school.
All right,
Lomachenko's gonna beat him up. He's gonna beat him up. He's gonna beat him up.
All right. Talking about school. Andy Ruiz and Andy Joshua has been named in Saudi Arabia. Do you think it's a good move for Andy Ruiz to be fighting in Saudi Arabia? Now they've agreed. He's got more money fighting in Saudi. And do you think Andy Joshua can beat him in this fight?
It's a 50-50 fight. It's a 50-50 fight. You know, it's a 50-50 fight. It's there for Joshua to win. It's there for Joshua to lose. Depending on his mindset.
Yeah, definitely. But Saudi Arabia doesn't make a factor.
Andy Ruiz is a Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
Who is that Desmond Heat gonna serve the most?
Pardon?
Andy Ruiz is a Mexican.
Yeah.
So that Desmond Heat is not gonna bother him because it's in his DNA. All right?
Mm-hmm.
So who's better suited to fight there? Andy Ruiz.
We're definitely going to see that. We're definitely going to see that. What does Joshua have to do to get the win? Just basically, what does Joshua have to do to get the win? Because he hit when he hit Ruiz, yeah, he moved in and he tried to slug with him inside, and he made that mistake. What do you think he has to do?
I think in order for Joshua to win, I think Joshua is going to have to hit Ruiz on the chin and get him out of there. Because the longer that fight goes, the more it's going to go into Ruiz's favor.
That's going to be difficult. Ruiz has never been knocked out. He's pretty good. His chin seemed pretty good against Joshua.
Yep.
Rafael Dawkins, it's winter in Saudi Arabia, so he said the temper will be cool. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. It's going to be cool in Saudi Arabia. So because it's December, it's not going to be that hot. Good point, Rafael Dawkins. Combat Radio. All right, Mr. Bashir. So let's talk about your guys, right? Because you got your female fight. She's fighting Clarissa Shields. What's her name?
Ivana Housley.
Ivana, where is she from? She's German? Where's she from?
Croatia.
Croatia.
She's right here. You want to talk?
Huh?
I'll go get her. You want to talk to her?
I don't really know too much about her, Mr. Bashir, so I don't want to be put in that situation, Mr. Bashir. I probably know a bit about her. Like, to tell me a bit about her, then I'll roll. Tell me a bit about her.
She's a 2-time world champion. This her fighting Clarissa Shields is nothing new to her. She's been there. She's seen that. It's just a fight. It's just a fight. It's going to be a tough fight for both of them. It's going to be a tough fight. That's all I have to say about it.
10 rounds. You're scheduled for 10 rounds. Hey, is it new first for you to have a female fighter? I'm not too sure. I think this is the first time. This is the first time you got a female fighter.
Oh yes, this is the first time I worked with a female fighter.
How is it different? How's different? Anything different?
No, because I treat him the same. I treat Iman the same as I treat a man.
What do you call it? Are we gonna get upset?
Huh?
Are we gonna get upset?
I wouldn't call it upset. I just think that she will win. But if you say it's an upset according to
the bookies, yeah.
The bookies, yeah, they'd be upset. Yeah, I think so. I think that we can pull it off.
Okay. What are we saying? We're getting the distance
over. We're working hard for it. and we coming in there to win. We're not coming in there just to be a statistic. We're coming in there to win.
All right, we're gonna look forward to that fight, man. We got a lot of people in the chat. Yeah, hey, Mister, is she around? You can put your fight on. You can put her on if you want to.
What did you say?
Yeah, you can put her on if you want to put her on. Just fight in it, put her on. I can have a little conversation with her though. I don't mind. Hey, what's up, D Block? I'm gonna go. I'll come to your question in a bit.
She just went out to the swimming pool.
All right, cool. Don't worry about it. I got a question for you. So D Block in the chat, he goes, yeah, Yarde needs a jab. He needs to slip punches, outbox. Yeah, outbox. He does. Not to go for the kill straight away. What do you think about that? He needs to develop a jab, and he needs to be able to slip punches and don't go for the kill straight away. What do you think?
Every fighter needs a jab. Anybody that's in boxing needs to learn how to use a jab. It's the first line of offense and defense. So every boxer needs to learn how to use a jab and depend on that jab. And that jab should be working when no other punch is working.
Slip punches as well. Slip punches and not go for the kill straight away. Take his time. I think that's what they tried to do, actually. I think that's what they tried to do. I think they didn't play. Can't believe I almost...
Yeah, probably somebody fell behind so far. He was falling behind those rounds. At the point of the stoppage, he needed a knockout to win.
Yeah. Yeah, the jab is a fun... Yeah.
Excuse me for 1 minute. Hold on for 1 minute.
All right, cool. No way. Yeah, Raphael Dawkins, yeah, the jab is the fundamental. No doubt, man. I appreciate you guys in the chat. Y'all give me the thumbs up. We're going to give Mr. Bashir more questions and stuff like that because he obviously got a wealth of knowledge. And, man, Mr. Bashir knows boxing. I'm always tapping his brain for knowledge as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always a privilege to have Mr. Bashir. I think later on we got what's his name again coming up? We have Ryan Martin. We have the blue chip Ryan Martin coming up sometime this week, and also look forward to the Lomachenko show tomorrow. Obviously, see how that fight plays out. Mr. Bashir, you back? Nah, he's doing something in a minute. He's got. You guys need to check out his fight. Is fighting Clarissa Shields fight coming up, and yeah, man, no, that's kind of under the radar, but. Because most people think Clarissa Shields probably going to win. But
yeah, I think that the momentum will pick up the closer the fight time. I think the momentum will pick up on the attention that fight is going to have. Because it's on Showtime, you know.
Yeah. I saw you trying to stir it up like Tunde. I saw you trying to stir it up to you with your fist towards Clarissa Shields. You know what I'm saying? But I can see you both get along. You know, she's from Detroit. You're from Pets. You're not too far and stuff like that. I see you trying to. I see you trying to start stuff up. I see you trying to start something up, but she could, man. And so Savannah Marshall's looking. She's signed up with Matchroom, so they're trying to bring that fight up there. I was gonna ask, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the undisputed. So what is this? Is this middleweight or 154?
154.
Okay, 154. All right, 154. So
and after we beat Larissa, we want T.
You want who?
Katie.
Who? Who you say?
Matchroom, Katie Taylor.
Oh, Kate. This is a lightweight, bro. She's a lightweight.
Lightweight?
Yeah. How you gonna get down to lightweight? Huh? You ain't.
We'll meet at 140.
Nah, no, but she's a lightweight. She don't have to do nothing. You have to come down to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna get down there?
All right.
You didn't know she was a lightweight. Yeah, she's a lightweight, man. Yeah, that's way out your thing. I think you might be looking for Hannah Gabriels, man. Hannah Gabriels or what's her name?
She better be careful there. She better be careful.
Or Hannah Gabriels, or what's her name again? What's her name again?
You know, listen. Once the ball starts rolling, we're knocking over all of the things.
That's the way you're looking at it, right?
Mm-hmm. No doubt.
What's the girl from Denmark? What's the undisputed welterweight champion? What's her name again? What's her name again? The girl from Colombia. She's Cecilia Brackers. That's more like it. She's a welterweight though. That's more like it. That's only one down from what you are anyway, like 147.
Yeah, but if he can catch up to her, I don't think Cecilia beat Ivana for the IBF welterweight title, and she hasn't been willing to face Ivana since then. That's been almost 5 years ago.
Oh yeah. She just smash and grab in it. She got the belt and they ain't coming back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She just stays. She stays. She's undefeated, and she's trying to get out of boxing without getting a loss, so she don't want to fight Ivana.
Yeah, 100%.
She doesn't want it. She doesn't want that fight.
Well, listen. We're nearer to the time we can hopefully pump that fight up, because I saw the press conference. It looked pretty good. It looked pretty good. I don't really know too much about your girl, other than the fight you just mentioned. But that's how boxing is. People come up and knock up a big name, and then they become a name themselves. You know what I'm saying? James Toney, I didn't even know when he beat Michael.
That's why we're fighting Mrs. Shields, because Cecilia won't fight.
Wow. So you're moving up. You're moving up from welterweight to 154 to try and get the fight. So is she a more natural 147 or how long she been fighting at 154?
Ivana is a natural 147. When she won the IBO middleweight title, that was artificial weight. 154 is artificial weight. That's what we have to do to get the fights, because Cecilia is not interested in a fight with Ivana Hobson.
Cool. Well, when she wins this fight, she can call out whoever she wants, man. You can call out whoever you want, man. And most of these guys, obviously, I'm tired with this show about Andy Yarde and stuff like that. Let me ask you a question. When you look at young guys like that coming through, because it's muscular. What do you feel about that muscular build? People mention it. It's like it looks good and stuff like that. Is it really suited for boxing? Mike Tyson had a quite muscular build, Evander Holyfield, but they had some real good knowledge behind him. So, is it really to do with the experience or stuff like? How does the muscle definition? How does it help you? Does it generate more power? Explain that.
Norton had big muscles too.
He did.
I think big muscles are all right if you have the mentality to make those big muscles move in a fight. But a lot of guys have big muscles and then they're dead. After 6 or 7 rounds, they're dead.
Oh, Fred Bruno.
Evander Holyfield, Mike Tyson, and Ken Norton, they had mentality to say, okay, I got big muscles, but I can still fight.
Yeah, Fred Bruno.
The average guy with big muscles is dead after 4 or 5 rounds.
Fred Bruno had big muscles. He was quite muscular. Andy Josh is quite muscular as well. You know what I'm saying? They're quite muscular. So yeah, it depends how you use it. 100% on that. So
every time you say Anthony Joshua, I just keep getting in my mind. I just keep seeing him standing in that corner with that referee talking to him, and the referee was asking, "Do you want to fight?" And Anthony had a look in his face like he was whispering to the referee, like, "No." Referee said, "What did you say?" "No."
Yeah, I think
okay. Anyway, he get off, and Anthony just walked in the corner.
Yeah, I know.
His walk was saying, "I've got millions of dollars in my bank account, and I don't give a shit."
Yeah, well, that happens, Mr. Bashir, when you're rich like that. And boxing is a hungry sport. You need hunger, right? Where's his hunger? He actually said in the interview that he had no hunger because he had everything going on. What's your motivation? I mean, what's your motivation, Mr. Bashir?
What's my motivation?
Yeah, what's your motivation? Like, you've been at the game for a while. You know what I'm saying? It gave you
my motivation every day I get up in this life is to train boxers. I love what I do. I love what I do. If I had $10 million in the bank, I'll still be train boxers.
That's simply what you love doing, right?
Yep.
Exactly. That's the doing.
And I was just saying to one of the boxers today, one of the small partners for the event, I was just saying today, if I didn't have boxing, I don't know how long I'd last.
Yeah.
I need boxing, but I need boxing. You know, I need it because it's just part of my DNA.
What do you enjoy most about boxing? Is it like obviously seeing them grow, or do you actually like the idea of seeing great fights? What exactly you know that you love about fighting?
Teaching.
Oh, teach and seeing them produce what the information you give them.
If I was if I was sitting on a bench, I would try to teach a little kid how to box.
Mm.
I love to teach. I love to teach. You know. So
We got my man,
huh?
we got my man Cass Week in the chat. He said Ernie Terrell and Evander Holyfield both had impressive physiques. Ernie Terrell was quite Ernie Terrell was quite muscular still, definitely. Yeah, so you're saying thanks for the comment right there. Evening EJ, yeah. And I'm Mr. Bashir. What's up, AA Boxing? How you doing? Yeah, Mr. Bashir. So yeah, man. I mean
They had mentalities to back up those muscles.
100%. So Mr. Bashir, yeah. So it's going pretty well now. You've got Glad Sarenko. What's going on with Glad Sarenko? When there's a lot of guys they got Philip Kovalev and all them other guys coming through. When we going to see Glad Sarenko make his mark in the world boxing, man?
I think we can expect to see something from Bashir mid 2020.
Mid 2020. What?
Yeah, we're still working on some things, you know, but I think mid 2020, you know, June, July 2020, you can expect to see Bashir appear on the world stage.
See, who's he signed with? He signed with any major promoter yet?
No.
Okay, so this still building. Where's he based out? South Africa, right?
No.
Where's he
Still
based?
Still based out of Ukraine.
But you was training in South Africa, right?
Yeah, for a while.
Where you
Then
based?
we went to Germany.
Mm-hmm.
We did a couple of fights in the United States. And then we're going to go back to Germany in October.
Nice. So what's going on? I mean, when's the last time you talked to Vladimir Klitschko and Vitaly Klitschko? And what's their sake of just in general boxing these days? And what are they doing? What are they doing themselves?
I talked to Vitaly about 6 months ago, but I talked to Vladimir quite often, like every other day or every other 2 days or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, enjoying retirement.
Yeah. What's he doing with himself?
But he's still in the gym though.
Yeah, he's still training.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know. You might say, "I want to come back." You know, I'm sure you might want that fury. You might want that fury.
Him and Usyk spars quite often.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good gosh. So what's going on with you and Usyk? Do you reckon that might come back? You and Usyk might link up again?
I doubt it.
Yeah, he's looking like he's trying to make some waves into the division. I think him and Carlos Hackam. I think that fight might be happening, I think that'll be his first legit heavyweight fight.
Usyk is scheduled to fight. Usyk is scheduled to fight in Chicago. It's not called Tackle because Tackle just signed with somebody in the Bronx, New York. And I think when he signed with that guy, that nullified the fight with Usyk. Usyk is getting ready to fight somebody, Fedosov, Fedasov, a Russian dude, Fedosov.
Okay. Ain't no.
He's gonna fight him in Chicago.
Yeah. You know, Mr. Bashir, I haven't talked to you for a long while, so I'm gonna go back a bit, right? So see the young kid, Max in Denisher, who died recently when Buddy McGirt was talking to him. He went against the guy from Puerto Rico. What was your take on the young kid dying and Buddy giving you advice in that situation? It was hard to watch though. You know what I'm saying?
I think the trainer should know the boxer well enough to understand that something is wrong or something is about to go wrong. When I look back at that fight, I was studying the movement of the young man when he was walking back at the end of each round. And at the end of each round, his legs didn't seem to be all there. You know, he was walking perfectly back to front, not straight back to front, but he was walking, you know, like a drunk, like he was drunk. And when they were communicating with him in the corner, he had this listless look on his face, like, I'm here, but I'm not here. So having said that there, you know, maybe the fight should have been stopped early on, because the sooner you stop a fight when a boxer has brain damage, the sooner they can get to the hospital, and there might be a chance for recovery.
Yeah.
You know, so I guess, you know, different strokes for different folks. You know, some people take more chances than other people, but I don't take those kind of chances. If I see something's wrong, I'll stop the fight.
Yeah.
I stop the fight. I don't tell the fighter, I don't beg the fighter that, hey, I want to stop the fight. I just tell the fighter I'm stopping the fight, and the fight's over. I did it with Monty Barrett, and I'll do it with anybody else.
Yeah. I remember that fight. I remember seeing that fight. You showed me. Yeah, it was hard. That was hard, man. He was gonna get killed in there, man. It's horrible, man. That was horrible, man. That beating was horrible. But you know what I mean? You saved him, boy. Jim Lapley was saying the same thing as well. Thank you for someone, because the referee would do it. The referee didn't know what the heck was going on. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't stop the fight because Monty Barrett was hurt. I stopped the fight to keep Monty Barrett from getting hurt.
Yes, I know. Oh, obviously, yes. That's why
he was exhausted.
Well, he was gonna get hurt badly, man. He was fighting. You can see he was fading, man. He stopped it, fading.
But even when I tried to stop the fight, Monty Barrett motioned to me that he didn't want the fight to stop. I said, no, the fight is over.
Yeah.
You know, I knew he was too tired to defend himself. Mm-hmm. And looking back on that fight, even today, I'm mad with myself because I should have stopped that fight 2 rounds before I did.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
But me listening to people in the corner with me, don't let the fight go. He's gonna be all right. This, that. That's the last time I'll do that. A chief second's got to conduct himself like a chief second. And I'm angry about that yet to this day that I didn't stop the fight 2 rounds before that. I should have stopped it 2 rounds before that.
Yeah, 100%. So we got a chat. What's up, Abs? And what's up, Lost One? We got a chat. We got a question in the chat. Question for Mr. Bashir. Yeah, what should Yarde have begun? What should Yarde have begun on the night after almost stopping Crusher in the 8th? So how should he came out in the night after almost stopping him in the 8th?
He should have came out cautiously, but he was already exhausted. He was already spent. You know, he was already spent. But the thing he should have did, he should have came out and grabbed Kovalev and wrestled him to the floor.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Yeah. What are you talking about? Why you say that for?
Listen.
That one took it up. Go ahead.
Listen. The key thing to do when you're dead tired is to buy time. So what if you lose a round? Tackle him to the floor. Then when you get up and they take a point from you, then you take a lead. You're already losing 7 rounds. You might have won the 8th round, but you're losing the other 7 rounds. So you take a lead. You buy time. That's what you need to do. You buy time to get some rest. And you save up all your energy for that one last charge. That's what you should do.
Good luck. Good.
I'm going back 1960, 1961.
Yeah, I know what you're looking at. I'm looking at the Pep fight, innit? Sandy Sadler.
Now,
Willie
now
Pep.
listen, I'm boxing 1961. I use the same method in boxing all the time. So I'm going back, I'm having a fight, the Golden Gloves in New Jersey. And my trainer said, go out there and tackle this guy to the floor. He said, when you throw the guy on the floor, make sure you stand over him and look at him. And make sure he sees you looking at him. And I said, well, he said, just do what I told you to do. And psychologically, I beat the guy. I couldn't beat the guy fighting. He's a better fighter than me. But psychologically, I beat him. Because he never got over me standing over looking at him on the floor.
Lennox Lewis did that to Vitaly
So I
Klitschko.
said, why did you do that? Why did you do that there? And the trainer told me, he said, now he know that you're willing to do anything to win. I use the same tactic. I told my fans to do the same thing.
Listen to this shit crazy. Hey, Lennox Lewis did it to Lennox Lewis and Vitaly. It looked like that happened there in that fight. Did you tell him there? Was you there for that one? You told Lennox to trip Vitaly Klitschko over? Because he definitely fell over.
Yeah, I was with Lennox.
You
I
said,
was with Lennox at that fight.
oh man.
Yeah, it definitely was. I'll never forget that fight. And I stayed days after that. That's why I was hanging out with Lennox days after that fight. You know, yeah, definitely.
Let me ask you a question. All right, another question, yeah. Should Tunde stay with Anthony Yarde, or do you think he should change trainer?
I don't think that he should change trainers. You know, I think that they need to invite somebody that's more knowledgeable about boxing. Tunde thinks he knows it all to the point that he's arrogant. All right? So he needs to bring in somebody to give him some pointers. He can still be the chief trainer, but he needs to bring in a more experienced trainer, a more experienced mind to help him out, to help him, you know, go forward. But if he thinks that he doesn't need that, then, you know, y'all's going to remain the same place. Because it's apparent that Tunde needs help. You know, but people get so egotistic, you know, people get so egotistic that they can't listen, that they can't get a leg up when they're dealing with other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, yeah, it's kind of like they've been winning everything they've been put in front of them, but they've come obviously against something that they haven't been, and change is good. So Lennox Lewis said that about Andy Joshua. He shouldn't have gone in.
Let me ask you this here.
Yeah. Go ahead.
What do you think Tunde should do?
What I think Tunde should do, I think Tunde should bring Andre Warden before that fight to help out. That's what I would have did. I would have called Andre Ward over to come over to give me advice. When it comes to a big fight like that for a world championship, I want all the information I need to maybe win the fight. I don't care who gets the credit as long as my guy gets through the door. So I would have brought guys in. I would have took advice from Andre Ward. I'd have asked Virgil Hunter to come over. You know what I'm saying? I would have asked him to say, you know, what tendencies. They fought him twice. I'm sure there's some information they could have gave me. You know, I would have liaised that way. I would have, man. That's what I would have did.
Apparently, I'm not the only individual. I could be wrong about Tunde. I don't know the man, you know. But apparently, I'm not the only one that has that kind of view about him. I mean, there are other people who think that it's the same thing about him.
But Tunde knows it all, right? He's a know-it-all.
Yeah, how old is he? 10?
Nah, Tunde is like 30 something. Nah, he's 30, 40 something. But Tunde, he's been down to the Mayweather gym. He's seen Roger Mayweather.
Really?
Been down to the Mayweather.
Really?
Yeah, they go down there all the time.
He's been down to the Mayweather gym. Really?
Oh man, here we go.
Is that revelation? Wow, you've been to The Mayweather gym, is that fucking a revelation?
Well,
So you got your degree?
yeah, that's more. Mayweather gave them a stamp of approval when Canelo was fighting Triple G. No, when Mayweather came down, when Tank Davis came to England, Mayweather said, "Yo, what's up, champ?" And it gave them a stamp of approval, like this is the next champ. So, as far as Tunde is concerned, that's where they were coming from. That's the idea we're coming from.
So once they get down to the Mayweather gym, that gives them a stamp of approval that they know it all.
Yeah, well, look, it's strange, right? Boxing gravitates to where the best is, right? So you had the Vladimir Klitschko. Everyone comes to Vladimir Klitschko's camp. He's the champ, right? When Mayweather was doing his thing, everyone would go to the Mayweather gym. When Ali was doing his gym, everyone used to go to was it Pennsylvania? The where the Rock was Pennsylvania? Was it Pennsylvania? Everyone used to go there.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, go ahead.
The Trump gym was as big as somebody's living room. That was the Trump gym. That Trump gym housed Gerald McClellan, Thomas Hearns, Milt McCoy, Mike McCallum, and James Toney. Just to name a few. I didn't get to Leon Spinks and all these other guys.
Michael Mora. Yeah, Michael Mora and stuff, yeah.
Michael Mora, all the other guys that came through the Trump gym. But the Trump gym was as big as somebody's living room. It was a hole in the wall. It was a hood rat gym. It wasn't no beautiful gym. It was a small gym. But if you want to know how to fight, if you want to try to get into a fight, you come in the Trump gym and you can get into a fight. And maybe even get knocked out. You understand? Mm-hmm. We talk about Jimmy Paul was there, and all these other guys, countless guys that came to the Trump gym. The Trump gym was as big as somebody's living room.
But that was the epicenter of great fight. That was everyone. That's what I'm saying to you. Where all the epicenter, where all the great fighters are. That's where everyone congregates. Right now, the UK, when Andy Joshua was doing,
I go to Mayweather's gym. I go to Mayweather's gym all the time.
Yeah.
And I sit back and I observe, and I see some good fighters there, and I see some terrible fighters there. It's not the gym. It's the mentality that comes from the gym.
Okay, here we go. The mentality. There you go. So what's the mentality in the Mayweather gym?
Marvin Hagler come out of a gym in Newark, New Jersey, my hometown. Mm-hmm. And Marvin Hagler came out of the 8th Street gym. And Marvin would come in that gym and get knocked around left and right. But nobody had any idea that he would turn out to be the world champion that he did. It's the desire of the human being. It's the desire of the human confidence. The gym don't make you better. The mentality of the gym makes you better. You get tired of getting beat up, so you just start beating people up. That was my attitude. I said, I'm not going to keep coming and get my ass whooped every day. I'm going to whoop somebody's ass too. Yeah. All the days I went home with knots on my head and lip bleeding and cut and had to eat on one side of my mouth and shit. I got tired of that shit. I said, no. We got to change this. We got to change this. I said, I can't be getting my ass whooped like this every day. Otherwise, I'm not going to last 8 years here. Yeah, man. I'm telling you. So, it's not, they can go out and Mayweather's gym all they want to go there, but they ain't Mayweather. Mayweather is his own individual. You can go down to the gym and think that you're doing something. That don't mean nothing because you box in Mayweather's gym. That don't mean nothing because you're being trained by one of the Mayweathers. You gotta fight. You're the one that gotta get in the ring. You're the one that gotta fight. The trainer go up to the corner with the fighter and say, listen, when this bell rings, you're on your own. Everything that we worked on, you got to bring it to fruition inside that ring. You understand me? And when the fighter says yes, then the trainer steps down and fights up. One of the boxers told me, he's an undercard fighter. He turned me, before the bell rang, he turned me and said, you know what, man? I said, huh? He said, you know what, man? I said, what? He said, boxing is the loneliest sport in the world. when the bell rang, ding, and he's out there fighting. That's what he said in the corner just before the bell rang. He said, boxing is the loneliest sport in the world. And the bell rang, ding, and he's out there fighting.
Well, Tunde said when Anthony Yarde is fighting, he's fighting at the same time. We're fighting together. That's the way Tunde saw it. You know, Anthony Yarde is
Really. That's revelation. That I guess no other trainer feels like that. I guess he's the only trainer that feels like he's out there fighting. Except for the fact he's not the one that's breathing hard, the one that's bleeding, the one with knots on his eye, the one that's getting cut around his mouth. You know what I'm saying? But all trainers feel like that there, so that's not revelation. All trainers feel like they're in the ring. Except for the reality is that they're not in the ring, it's the other person that's in the ring. But when you give it advice to say, go out there and give it your all. In the 8th round, this is the beginning of the 8th round, you say, go out there and unload everything you got, put it in this round. And your guy has never been that far in any fight against that caliber of fighter. That's a no-no. That's a bad move. Because when he didn't get his way in that 8th round, what did he have left to go with 9, 10, 11, and 12? Nothing. So yeah, that was an amateur's move, you know. And I'll stand by that. That was an amateur's move. When a person is looking to justify something wrong, believe me, they'll find a way to justify it wrong. But if I had a guy or a girl that had never been 8 rounds or 10 rounds or 12 rounds, I wouldn't tell them to go out there and unload the grocery list on anybody. Oh no. Get out there, use your jab, move around. Get out there, use your jab, move around, and look for openings. But don't go out there and take the whole grocery list and say, put it in one round. You understand? Don't go out there and put it in one round.
Yeah. They would say that the weakness, everyone knew the weakness of, or so say, the exposed weakness of Kovalev to the body. And for some reason, Anthony Yarde didn't attack the body until like the 7th round, where consistent effort. But when he did, then you see the results. Don't you think they should have done that earlier? Stamp their authority and go into the body earlier, but they couldn't get past Kovalev's jab, which was pinging off Yarde's face.
You know, that's another thing I didn't understand. I would think that an old fighter like Kovalev with a reputation of drinking alcohol, he's alcoholic, he's a boozer. So I'm thinking, with a reputation like that, there, let's just go to the body, starting out. Let's go to the body. Let's check and see if he's been drinking any vodka. Let's go down to the body in the first 2, 3, 4 rounds. Let's see what he got done. They waited to the 9th round to say go to the body. The 8th round, go to the body.
Yeah, the 7th round. Yeah, started from the 7th.
Yeah, but that was too little, too late.
Yeah. Everyone, this is what I'm saying. It was. We obviously knew that coming into the fight, but I don't know if they knew it. But that's basically what the game plan should have been about. I mean, Andre Ward showed you know, what to do, and but it's easy said than done. Though they couldn't get past the jab. I don't think they worked or didn't realize how good Kovalev's jab was. But everyone knows Kovalev has a really good jab. He hits it to the body and head. He's very good at it. Very good and accurate.
Boy, Yarde is a bull.
Oh, bully in the China shop?
He's a strong guy. When he started finding those body shots, you could see the look on Kovalev's face like, I'm in big trouble here. You can see it on his face.
Yeah.
When he started digging, he was hitting with some good body shots too, some really good, clean shots. And Kovalev had a look on his face like, I do not like this, I don't want this, and I'm out of here. He was trying to run. He was trying to get out of there. But Yarde wouldn't let him. You know, Yarde wouldn't let him, and he kept moving forward. So what I'm saying is, if he had sparring, he might have had a better gas tank to put that pressure on that he needed in that 8th round to get him out of it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because he didn't have no sparring. You see what happened? And when he came out there, the 9th round, he was dead.
To help out with conditioning, right?
No, there's no condition like boxing condition. You can hit the speed bag, you can do all the pity pat, slippy slap mitts, all you want to do. But there's nothing that can substitute boxing. You can run 8, 9, 10 miles, but there's no substitute for boxing. Running 10 miles or being conditioned to run 10 miles is nothing like going 3 straight rounds with somebody trying to take your head off. Right? There's no comparison. There's no comparison. Most of the people that's telling people that teach boxing, the people that teach boxing don't know nothing about boxing because they've never been in there. They've never been hit. You know? That's the one thing that people have that been inside the ring. They know what they're telling the boxer because they don't want it to happen to the boxer the same thing that happened to them. They get hit, they've been hit, so they can tell the boxer how not to get hit, what they need to do to avoid getting hit.
Well, Tunde used to be a fighter himself. He used to be a professional fighter himself. And I don't know how many Tunde done quite a few rounds, you know. He's done quite a few rounds, but I think his whole thing was he had too many sparring wars, whatever. And he realized when it comes to Yarde, he said, "I'm not gonna put you through that. You don't need to spar brutal rounds or stuff like that." You know what I mean?
Well, this is the question I'd like to put to Anthony Yarde and anybody else out there that thinks like him. How many sparring sessions do you think Muhammad Ali had? How many sparring sessions do you think Vitaly Klitschko, Lennox Lewis have? And I've been there for many of Lennox Lewis sparring sessions because Lennox used to bring in the best sparring sessions. He used to bring in some good guys to spar with. I've been there when Lennox Lewis go 15 rounds with 4 or 5 different guys. So what I'm saying is, what does Tunde know that everybody else in boxing don't know? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you have all these people over the years who's had all kinds of sparring, all kinds of rules that be in the ring with them sparring. But now Tunde comes along and says, you know what? I don't want to put my fighters in this spar because it takes too much out of them.
Well, I'm looking at Tunde's record, right? So Tunde became a pro in 2001, right? And he had like 1, 2, 3, 4. He had 5 fights in the thing, but his career was short. He never lost a fight. He had 1 knockout, and so he was a welterweight. So that was Tunde's career. He had 5 fights and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he had 5 fights, but he's you know, the guys he's been against was journeymen, obviously, but for whatever reason, he couldn't, he didn't break an egg, whatever. Only got 1 knockout, really. But what I'm saying is that his experience, and then some people say like it's the period. That's what I'm gonna say. At some point, you see Tyson Fury, right? If you look in his corner, you had Ricky Hatton, he had Freddie Roach, and you had Ben Davis. Ben Davis is relatively inexperienced, but he had other coaches in there who have been in there to give him that knowledge, and they helped Tyson Fury somewhat to get through that knockdown from when he got through from Wilder. I mean, that was Tyson Fury himself, but they came in prepared with other coaches in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. So I do understand what you're saying. Inexperience. What do they need to do? So what do they need to do?
Tunde can still lead the corner. All right, but in my opinion, and whatever it's worth, he need to bring in somebody that can help him understand the logistics of boxing. But you don't just take it upon yourself to say, I want my guy to spar, or I want my guy to go out there and just spend the grocery list on trying to take this guy out this round. That's not rational thinking. A wiser mind in that corner would have told him, no, don't tell him to do that. Don't tell him to do that. Don't go out there and tell him to spin yourself. It's only the 8th round. 8th round. You're talking about 9, 10, 11, and 12. And that's a long time. That's a long time. You understand?
Yeah.
You don't hear that kind of stuff in more experienced corners. when Ray Leonard was fighting Tommy Hearns in that first fight, and that eye swelled up bad like that did, I might have stopped that fight. But the more experienced Dundee he got down almost on his knees, and he looked at Ray, and he grabbed Ray by the chin and said, "You're blowing it, son. You're blowing it." And Ray went out and knocked him out.
Mm.
So he pleaded to Leonard. He said, "Your eye is swelled up. We need to end this fight. You know, your eye is closing. We need to end this fight." Ray Leonard went out and ended the fight. But Tommy Hearns was effective with his jab. He was effective boxing. Very, very effective. In short, boxing is full with a lot of fly-by-night internet trainings. You know, I don't see a lot of teaching going on. I don't see a lot of wise, sage advice being given to boxers now. It's just a bunch of show-off, wannabe trainers, wannabe noted as trainers. And I mean, I travel all over the world. In these 50 years, I've been everywhere. I've been, to a lot of places. I've seen a lot of things. From Australia to New Zealand, from New Zealand back to Spain, Spain to Austria. I've been all that, and I watch. I study. I'm a student of the game, and I'm watching the so-called trainers, and I'm watching the critical mistakes that they're making with people's lives. All because they're too arrogant to ask for some goddamn help. I was never like that. I always sought help. Right up until the time I spent with Emmanuel Stewart. But before I got with Emmanuel Stewart, I was with Sam Solomon. I was with Tony Parks. Carmine Graziano. I spent a lot of time with all these old wise trainers.
Yeah. What do you think of Frank's question? Lost 1 year. What does Mr. Bashir think of AJ's trainer? What do you think of Robert McCracken?
I think that he has some shortcomings. I mean, he means well. He might have started AJ out, but McCracken is even short on the science of boxing. He's short on the science. He needs help. He needs help. He needs somebody to point the way for him. Because even before AJ got his first loss, I said to Ingram, I said, this guy needs help. The whole idea is maintaining the champion is to do maintenance on the champion. You have to do maintenance. If you see things wrong, the thing that's going to go wrong, what you do is you do some maintenance on it to stop it from going wrong. And I saw this whole thing getting ready to come to a halt. I didn't know when, but I kept saying to Ingram, I said, I hope that Deontay Wilder and Joshua fights before one of them loses. And now they got to be looking at this saying, damn, they blew it. Because that could have been the first fight that saw $100 million. They could have got $100 million. They could have got $100 million. And that could have been the biggest heavyweight fight ever. But they fool around. Now one of them lost. Now the fight ain't worth nothing.
Wait, if he gets his belts back, I think he's still big.
What happened?
In
order for them to get $100 million now, you know what? In order for them to get $100 million, you know what's going to happen now?
What?
If they get $100 million now, that means that Joshua would have to come out and knock out the next 5 opponents. Then they can get $100 million.
No, man, he just knock out Ruiz and get his belts back, and we're good. That fight is back on. Manny Pacquiao lost against Marquez, and then he come back.
But if he knocks out Ruiz, the general public says, yeah, but he can't beat Deontay.
Yeah.
But if he knocks out 5 top contenders, if he knocks out 5 of them, they say, well, wait a minute, he's back.
Oh yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
They say, yeah, but he can't beat Deontay. That's what they're gonna say.
Mm-hmm. Joshua. I agree with you, but I don't think Joshua wants to fight contenders. therein lies what you're talking about, checking the basement. So when they were fighting them guys, they were happy. You know, Joshua gave the belts over to Ruiz. It was like, yo, man, y'all tell the belts, you know, I'm probably gonna win anyway. Yo, I'll let you feel the belts. He's the mentality. In fact, let's go back to that. What was your mentality? Because I've been around you for a while. That shit, and I was the only one making a big thing. What was your mentality when you saw Joshua hand the belts over to Reed? Now, bearing in mind, you've been with Vladimir, you've been with Lennox Lewis. Would them two ever hand their belts over to the challenger to let them have a sniff?
No, I've never seen that before. I've never seen that before.
Go ahead, talk here, Mr. Bashir.
No? And I got upset about that.
So did I.
got upset about that. They're not even my belts. I got upset about that. You don't hear nobody hold the belts. You know? I remember when Tony Bellew was getting ready to fight Oleksiy Usyk. And Bellew walked in, and Usyk's belts was on the table. And Bellew was looking at the belts. And Usyk looked at Bellew and said, "You like them?" Bellew said, "Yeah, they'll be mine soon enough." And Usyk said to him, "Keep on dreaming. Keep dreaming." That's what he said to him. You can look at them, but don't touch, and keep dreaming.
That's right.
That's what Usyk told him. He said, "You can look at the belts." He said, "You like them?" He said, "They'll be mine soon enough." You know, he said, "Okay, keep dreaming. Have a nice dream." But he didn't give him the belts. Joshua went and gave Ruiz the belt. What kind of shit is that? I got so upset with him about that. What's wrong with you, man? It was the wrong thing to do. For the viewing audience, it was the wrong thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do stuff like that. You know, you're the heavyweight champion of the world, man. You're in control of the most prestigious title in sports. The heavyweight champion of the world. You don't let nobody hold no belts or grab no belts. Get out of here. Get your own belt. Go get your own belt. Don't touch my belt. You touch my belt, I'll bite your hand off. Get out of here.
That's right.
That's the mentality you got to have when you got those belts. Because everybody in the moment got a bullseye on your back, and they're targeting you. So when you step in that spot as a champion, if you want these belts, you got to take them. You got to bloody me up and put me on the floor and take them. Because otherwise, you can't touch them. Get out of here.
It's spiritually, man. It's spiritually. You're symbolically, he symbolically hand the championship over. That's what I saw. You know, I saw him that day in the press conference. I see him, and I see Eddie Hunt in the background. Like, what's going on here? And Joshua was just casually handling it because you know what it is, yeah. I know why Joshua did this now. Joshua got into this thing where, you know, his original promo was Big Baby Miller, and you know we're gonna get a replacement, right? So Joshua was just happy he got a replacement, and now Joshua, when he's in England, he lets everyone handle the belts. This is what he does in England, right? Casual people, he wants, you know, other people held the belts, and he still had that mentality. He went back to, you know, relaxing, and he for that second when he did that, he forgot that I need to be on fight mode. Because what it was that big way. Go ahead.
Joshua is an intelligent young man. He's very intelligent.
I don't think it was that big.
But he's got to learn the language of boxing. You know, you got to learn the language of boxing. Rob McCracken, good guy, limited knowledge. All right? When you get at that level and you have a heavyweight champion of the world, you got 6-7 title defenses, it's hard to talk to people like that. Mm-hmm. But I always told him, I said, this guy's headed for a fall because there's so many flaws I can see. I can see so many things that he's doing wrong. Povetkin was giving him a good boxing lesson. Until he cracked Povetkin.
Yeah.
But Povetkin was giving him a good fight. You know? I think Povetkin can win this fight with Huey tomorrow night, you know?
I'll go and win it tomorrow. You see Huey fight against I've got Povetkin winning tomorrow. You see Huey versus Samuel Peterson?
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. I talked to Kovalev too. That referee interfered and messed that fight up, man. That referee messed that fight up. I reckon they realized that Peterson was getting to him. And you ain't gonna get that with Thingy now. I reckon they gonna put it on him, bro. They gonna give Huey that work, bro. I'm mark my words now. Huey gonna get stopped tomorrow. He gonna get stopped.
Yeah, I just think that to be a big guy like Huey, I just think that he doesn't use all of his physical attributes. I think that he spends too much energy and time running away and pitty pat and spippy slappy. You know, I think that he's a big enough guy to stand his ground and bang, you know, and bang.
Mm-hmm.
But tomorrow night he could possibly get stopped.
Hey, you rate Peter Fury as a trainer though, right?
Pardon me?
You rate Peter Fury as a trainer?
Well, I mean, he took Tyson to the heavyweight championship. So you got to give the man some respect.
Yeah, but he got Huey though. But for some reason his son is not Tyson. They try to fight that running around stuff, man. I'm not really feeling that, man. You know what I'm saying? They trying to hit and not get moved and not get hit, but I'm like, yo, bro, you ain't. You know what I'm saying? They still complain. They still thought they beat Joseph Parker. They ain't beat no Joseph Parker, man. They ain't beat no Joseph Parker. They still complaining about that. And Kovalev and stuff like that, man. Some awful fights, though. Their fights are terrible.
Well, every time he steps up to the plate, he loses.
Yeah, he going to lose tomorrow.
You know? He loses. And when a guy is losing a fight, every time he steps up to on a big level, you got to ask yourself, what's the problem? He has all the attributes. So ask yourself, he lost to Parker. Who did he lose to after Parker?
After Parker, did he lose to Kovalev?
He lost to Kovalev.
Yeah. And then
those are 2 fights he lost, right? He lost 2 fights, right?
Yeah.
So what's the problem? You're stepping up to the plate, and every time you get the major event, you blow us. So what's the problem?
Yeah, maybe you ain't that good, dog. You ain't that good. You ain't your cousin. Say that for now. And he's causing another one. We could talk about Tyson. What's Tyson doing? Tyson fighting them lemons. Why he fighting? Is he fighting them lemons to get in shape to get ready for Wilder? They ain't gonna help him. He put himself in force sense of security. Wouldn't you say?
Okay.
All right, 1 minute, Mr. Bashir. There, I'm reading the chat. You guys keep popping the questions. I'm reading occasionally. You guys keep reading the questions, man. Everyone's cool. What are you saying, man? Hey, Mr. Bashir, they loving you out here, Mr. Bashir. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Bashir comes to talk, they all listening. They'll say, yeah, man, you guys are getting a full breakdown from Mr. James Ali Bashir. You know, he's been at Vladimir Klitschko's for many years, Emmanuel Stewart, Lennox Lewis, Matthew Saad Muhammad Ali's camp where he started off, man. He got mad experience. So obviously you're getting the man himself, man. And obviously,
and also, let me tell you something. I trained Shannon Briggs, Monty Barrett, Jamil McCline. I've been with a whole lot. I'm a heavyweight specialist.
For real.
I'm a heavyweight specialist.
100%.
You know, I've worked with some pretty good guys in the heavyweight division.
Listen,
you know, maybe Huey, maybe if he gets knocked down and beat up, then maybe he'd be a better fighter. But he just doesn't take the chances in the big fights.
Yeah.
You know, Samuel Peter was giving him a little bit of problem. That's right. Samuel Peter was giving him a problem.
But Peter was gonna beat him up, man. Peter was gonna knock him out. In my opinion, I was shocked, man. I was like, yo, because Samuel Peter came in terrible condition, and they ain't trying to talk about that. They ain't talking about that. But Eddie Hunt put him straight in. Kovalev will knock him out, man. Because I know they think he's short and whatever. That guy can crack, and he's faster. He knows how to evade jabs, man. He knows how to get in. Like maybe he's conditioning, maybe, but I don't think he hits. I don't think he hits hard enough, man, to keep that Kovalev off, man. Kovalev, he's you know what I'm saying? Like, he can be a hard fight for him, bro. It just is, you know. In my opinion, it's gonna be a hard fight.
I just don't. In my opinion, Huey spends too much time running around the ring and slapping and stuff. Big guy like that there, Big guy like that there, I'd tell him to sit down on his punches and punch. If he got a punch, you know.
So talk about that. Let's talk about his cousin though. Tyson. Let's talk about his cousin. What's getting him with Tyson, man? Fighting these bums. What's his name? Otto something. Fighting some bum. Yeah. You know what you know about him? You know him?
I know his trainer. I know Joey Gamache that trains him. You know, I don't know too much about Otto. You know, but you know, he's undefeated. So let's see what he can do. But I you know, that's not the premier fight that I'm gonna have Tyson to fight. But you know, let's see what happens.
Yeah, it's like
let's give Otto Waller a chance. Let's see what he can do.
Man, you kind boy. Like I'm not really.
He's undefeated. He's undefeated.
Yeah, but you know how that is, Mr. Bashir. He padded records, man.
I know. But based on the merits of the fact that he's undefeated, let's see what he's bringing to the games.
Yeah. So what you saying? Do you know enough about him that he could upset Fury?
No.
Because you know the heavyweights now. I know you know the heavyweight. You've been around Vladimir Lenin. You know up and coming heavyweights all over the world. Now I know you do. And you ever heard of this guy before?
Well, I heard him because I know his trainer. You know, that's why I heard him. So let's see if the guy has that spirit.
Hey,
let's see if he has that spirit. Let's see if he can crack and if he can take a crack.
What's the trainer saying? Because I'm trying to get some inside information for upset. What's the trainer saying? Is the trainer saying we gonna win? What's going on there?
Yeah, of course the trainer's gonna say that. If the trainer don't say that, then he probably be looking for a job for.
He definitely looking for
the trainer is the one that's going to get in that ring. The trainer's not going to be the one to get in that ring.
Yeah, but it's true. But you know, Mr. Bashir, when Anthony Joshua, right, obviously handed the belt to Ruiz. In that fight, did you pick Anthony Ruiz or did you pick Anthony Joshua? Honestly, you know.
I picked Anthony Joshua to stop Ruiz inside of 7.
See there. So you like caught up. Okay, see. And Ruiz doesn't upset everything. He upset everything. We forget how he's pretty tough though, Ruiz, right?
I thought Ruiz beat Parker.
Yeah, people did.
You know, I thought Ruiz beat him. But I was so high on Anthony Joshua that I picked Joshua to beat Ruiz and stop him inside of 7. I picked Joshua to beat Deontay Wilder because I thought Anthony was a better boxer with a better jab. You know, and I thought that he was going to go forward and bang up Deontay Wilder. You know, that's what I thought. You know, I thought that he would beat Deontay Wilder, but now in my mind, Deontay Wilder is the king of the heavyweights right now. You know, he's the king of the heavyweights to me, regardless of his what people perceive as his insufficient boxing style. Because of that, he's the man to beat.
100%.
You know, I think that Joshua could be better. I see spaces in his style that he could be better. I see different attributes that he's not using. The way he got in trouble with Ruiz was bending down to him. He put his head in harm's way and he got hit with an overhand right in the top of the skull, and that disorientated him. That discombobulated his whole position in that ring. But you know, I see some loopholes in Joshua's style. I see some mistakes that he's making where he needs to be corrected. That he should have been corrected beforehand, because he was the goose laying the golden eggs. When you sit on top of the belt like that, you got to be up at night. You got to be up at night trying to find something wrong with him so you can correct it before that time comes. And they didn't do that. They left the door open. And this fight, going back into this fight, Ruiz is a 50-50 fight. Whether people want to believe it or not, it's a 50-50 fight. And if you look at it from another perspective, from a spiritual and mental perspective, it could be like a 70-30 fight. Because Ruiz's position now is high. He's got a very high position. Ruiz likes being called heavyweight champion of the world. He don't want to give that spot up. And he's a history maker, you know. He's the first Mexican heavyweight, the first Mexican American.
100%.
So, Joshua need not be stubborn. All right? He's not offending Rob McCracken by bringing somebody in. No, bring in somebody to help the man, you know? Bring in somebody to get the man, but Rob McCracken has to be receptive. He's got to be receptive. He's got to bring in a box and mind to introduce things to him. Let's say, here, Rob, introduce us here, bring us in to Anthony, let's see what he thinks about that. What he needs to bring is some professional help.
Yeah, how George Foreman's coming over there.
Now, he could be stubborn, bullheaded, arrogant as he want to be, you know, but he'd be sitting around, he'd be an ex-champion with 2 losses.
Yeah, I heard George Foreman coming over there. Mr. Bashir? Hello, Mr. Bashir? Oh, got some technical problem here. Let me see what's going on. 1 second, guys. Let me see. Got some technical problem. Let me keep this going. Mr. Bashir, this is what happened. Go there, Mr. Bashir. Hello. I think we lost him. All right, probably back to you right now. They'll probably call back in a sec. Yeah, man. Hey, we keep this going on, man. I'm gonna ask him about Anthony Joshua, about Lennox Lewis. That's gonna be funny. AJ's always had a problem with smaller guys. Yeah, had problem with Parker attacking. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, AJ had a problem with them guys there. We'll call back Mr. Bashir. Mr. Bashir, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Battery, man. I think his battery on his phone was running out before because I could hear it crashing. But this is a good interview, man. I appreciate you guys coming over, man. No doubt. Oh yeah, his battery done. Oh, he's on another call. Okay, that's what it is. Well, he's on another call. We'll wait for him to come back. Yeah, and Chewy spends too much time trying to be like Mike Tyson. Really? You try to be like Mike Tyson? Huey? Shit, Mike Tyson don't find that. EJ, you're a legend, yeah. No one gets like this, yeah. You know, more than I know some more guys. I've got Ryan Martin. I got him coming up. Who also got Ryan Martin? We've got the live, and we got on Monday. We've got Tunde Ajayi on Monday. So yeah, stay tuned for Mr. Tunde Ajayi, and some of the questions Mr. Bashir has highlighted. I'm gonna bring them up. So we've got Tunde Ajayi and Yarde Trainer on Monday. Stay tuned for that one. Is he calling me yet? No, stay tuned for that one. That's gonna be really good. You know what I'm saying? Hey, in the meantime, you guys are here. What's up, Lost One, Kaz? Who you got for Luke Campbell and Lomachenko? Like, is it just, the funny thing about it? If I was going back to the Ruiz, and AJ and asked you who was going to win, you sort of would just say AJ Day. So it's like, right now, ain't no one going to pick, you know what I'm saying? Ain't anyone going to pick against, anyone going to pick Luke. Like, Luke came late for the public workout. He didn't even done no workout. You know what I'm saying? His whole body language coming into the fight is like he doesn't want to be there, man. I don't know why Eddie Hearn they took the fight. I mean, were they serious? What time on Monday? I'm not too sure, but if you check the hangout on my channel, it's there. Let me see. I've got the actual thing. You'll know when it comes up. It'll come up though. You know what I'm saying? If you press the notification bell, as soon as I go live, you'll see. Here we go. We got Mr. Bashir back. We'll go back. Coming in 1 second. There we go. We're back. Mr. Bashir. Mr. Bashir. Hello. Yes. For some reason, there's no sound there. Mr. Bashir. I guess he's got some technical problems there. He can't hear me for now. Mr. Bashir. I think that you've got not too sure what's going on there. I'll give it some time. There
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, hear you there, yeah. You're back.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So the question is, Andy Josh has been acting strange lately. He's got a tattoo of a lion on his finger, and he said Lennox Lewis is a clown. What's your take on that?
Well, I think Anthony made a mistake by doing that. One that he'll look back later on and regret doing, but he's a young man, so he's entitled to make some mistakes. But I like the way Lennox handled it like a real pro. He said that my door is still open to Anthony. If he wants to talk, if he needs help, my door is still open. So, yeah, I think that he made a mistake calling him clown down.
Yeah, it's harsh, man. Lennox Lewis is the last undisputed champion. He's the last of the real deal, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know Vladimir obviously is considered, the next guy, but in terms of the undisputed champion, Lennox was the last undisputed champion. But Vladimir is still a huge disrespect, right? Mr. Bashir? Mr. Bashir can be joking. He's out there just doing his thing out there, bro. Oh man, let me see what you guys say in the chat. I can wrap it up. Yeah, I can hear you, man. Since they
I
made
think that Lennox champion, and I think that he was with great finesse. He didn't go in the press and nothing. He just said, my door is still open if you want to talk.
Yeah. He handled it well.
Yeah.
What do? You moving up? You got me in hands free because I got some background. You got me in hands free. Yeah, you're away from the phone.
Anthony Joshua was a young man. All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
The young. So look at 8, 9 years. You'll say I know, but.
Yeah, Mr. Bashir, you're away from the phone and you're breaking up, bro.
You make me speak.
Yeah, Mr. Bashir, you're breaking up, because you're away from the phone. I don't know if you got me in hands free, whatever, but you're breaking up. Say again.
Yeah. Wait a minute, I'm trying another location.
There you go. That's it. Yeah.
Oh, you said there you go. That's it.
That sounds.
Just give me a kid. So listen, audience. So we're gonna try another position.
Okay. Yeah, you sound.
Another position.
Yeah, you sound better now.
Style. How about that?
Let me see. Yeah, it sounds better. Go ahead.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Is that better, sir?
Yep.
Okay. I just want to make sure. I'm in Bogota, Colombia.
Oh, you're in Colombia? You're in Colombia?
I'm in Colombia.
How come? Who? Why are you in Colombia?
Because that's where our training camp is.
Okay. In Colombia. Is she Colombian? She ain't Colombian.
Yeah, training camp.
Oh, that's nice, man. Wow, that's what's up, man.
She's not Colombian when she got here, but she'll be Colombian when she leaves there.
They got nice food though. They got nice food as well, man. They got nice food though in Colombia. Yeah, and the nice weather as well. Hey, no, who's in Colombia? I was gonna say some fighters in Colombia. Okay, no, there isn't. There's none. All right, so Lennox Lewis. So Andy Joshua made a big mistake criticizing Lennox Lewis in that way. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. That's just my opinion. You know, Anthony might have a different spin on it, but my opinion is, you know, he acted out of emotion. He may have thought that he was justified saying that, but I don't think that was classy. I think that was just tasteful, you know, in regards to the ex-heavyweight champion.
Do you think there's panic in Anthony Joshua's? There's panic. You think there's panic in his camp?
Huh?
You think there's panic in his camp that he's saying stuff like that? He's starting to, blame other people. Because Lennox said some real harsh stuff to him. Well, not really harsh. It's just some truth. He said, "I don't think you should take the rematch. You should fight other opponents." And just overall, he said, "I don't know why Joshua's not taking the fight, against Wilder." So that's what Lennox said, and Joshua seemed like he's took that.
Well, I hope you don't. I hope you don't call me a clown, but I think you should take a couple of fights too.
Yeah, I think he might call you a clown as well, Mr. Bashir.
Maybe so, maybe so, maybe so. But I would have you. If you call me a clown, I would have you the same way Lance. My door's still open to him.
But you know the thing is, yeah,
I can teach Anthony Joshua a few things. You understand?
yeah. Well, listen, you was there wrapping his hands at the Vladimir camp, man. He was there helping out Vladimir. I don't think at that point he was there. You should have, vied for yourself. I actually you did try to be service, actually. I think he was ignored. What's been said is that Anthony Joshua doesn't have boxing people around him like yourself. Like Vladimir has a lot of people around him, or boxing people, but obviously you got Jonathan Banks. You know what I'm saying? When Emmanuel Stewart was there, there's other guys around him. They're saying Joshua's camp hasn't got boxers, he's got keep fitters and stuff like that. Like I heard he done naval sea SEAL training before the fight.
I think that he needs people around him to give him advice, other than Robert Bracken. I mean, Robert Bracken is obviously a boxing person, but in my opinion, he might have limited knowledge of the big time boxing. You know,
You've been with Carl Ford. You sound
he has some shortcomings.
Mr. Bishop, you sound far away from the phone, by the way. You sound quite far, a bit far from the phone. He's been with Carl Froch, and Carl Froch fighting Ward, and Carl Froch fighting Kessler and Butte. So he's been with him for a while.
Well, you could be in a position,
That's better.
but training welterweights and middleweights is far different from training heavyweights.
Yeah, that's right. That's true.
You know?
He's been with from the amateurs though. He's been with Joshua from the amateurs.
Joshua is who, the ex-heavyweight champion?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I don't mean to be offensive, but what if he's the ex-heavyweight champion? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, training middleweights and middleweights and super middleweights and stuff is far different from training heavyweights.
Hey, Mr.
I
Bishop.
told you they were four, huh?
Yo, no, that's cool. That's cool. Go ahead. Finish what you're saying. Go ahead.
There were I saw flaws in Anthony's style long before this loss ever came. There were flaws, and the only thing that's going to stop him from progressing is emotion, anger, emotion, stubbornness. Because this is a 50-50 fight. He ain't got to win this. He don't have to win this rematch. Ruiz likes the moniker heavyweight champion. And believe me, he's not going to roll over. He has never rolled over. He has never been stopped. That was the first time he had ever been knocked down. You see what he did when he got knocked down? He got up and knocked Joshua down.
Yeah.
So this is not just a physical fight. This is a psychological, spiritual fight. Joshua is good, but he's not to go there with a concrete plan. He take that belt from belts back. I'm telling you.
100%.
There's no room for flaws, because if there's any flaws going back in there, fight, you get knocked out again.
100%. So Anthony Yarde,
Joseph Walker didn't beat Andy Ruiz. They gave him that belt because it was in Lucille.
Yeah, that's right.
They gave him that.
Yeah.
Because he beat Joseph Walker. So as far as I'm concerned, Ruiz is undefeated.
Yeah, that's.
I'm telling you,
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, when Joshua goes in there with that mentality that, you know, that, like he said, he's dismissive of Andy Ruiz and that he's not that good. I'm telling you, I agree with Lennox. I think they should take a couple of fights and go back there.
Yeah. I mean, when Lennox lost to Oliver McCall, he didn't go straight back in there. Lennox took like 3 fights. So I said, yo, bomb that. And Vladimir, Vladimir lost against Purity, and he lost against Corey Sanders. Well, he didn't go against him. Even when he got knocked, he didn't go straight back in there. Vladimir's like, yo, I'm not going back in there. Vladimir took his time and came back. You know, this is like the heavyweight. The heavyweight division is not a race. You know, it's not a race. It's a long road. You know, you want to kind of do it smoothly, right?
I think it's Eddie Hearn's idea for him to go back and fight for that belt.
I think Eddie Hearn has been making some. Let me ask you a question, right? This is 2 questions, yeah? It's a part of 2 questions. And you've been with Vladimir. Would Vladimir take any fight on short notice? Because Joshua had took two fights on short notice. The first one was the Takam fight, right? When he was supposed to fight Pulev. Pulev pulled out. They bring short notice. They bring Takam in. The second fight, Big Baby Miller, and then that fight's cancelled. And now short notice they've been Ruiz. So they done it twice, and both times it's been struggling. This time it worked. Did Vladimir ever did that? Did Vladimir or Lennox Lewis ever do that? Oh, actually, Lennox Lewis did do it when he got Vitali in against Kurt Johnson.
Yeah. Sometimes you do it, sometimes you don't, depending upon the danger of the opponent.
Okay.
Ruiz, I wouldn't have took him on short notice. I would have told him to cancel his fight. No, I wouldn't have took him on short notice. I said, no, if Big Baby knows not coming to the ring, we got to cancel the fight.
Well,
I'm not going to take Ruiz. I'm not going to take Ruiz on short notice. The guy has a noted puncher. He's got a good chin. He's got a good arm. And hasn't been knocked down. And when he got knocked down, he got up off the floor and knocked out for that. What's that telling you about? The guy is dangerous.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous fight. You don't think a guy like that on short notice. You know, Joshua should come back, take 2 fights, and then go back to the fight.
Yeah.
But I can see Eddie Hearn mentality behind the scenes saying we got to get the belt back. We got to get the belt back. Okay, go get the belt back. But watch out for that bus that's coming down the road because if it hits you on your chin, you're going out again. And Ruiz, don't make no mistake about it. He hit hard. He hit Joshua hard. That was told to Joshua. He said, look, you want to think Joshua had to do his alley. He said, what did you say? He said, no. And then the referee waved it off, and Joshua just walked back to the corner just as casually. If you watch Joshua in that corner, he walked back to the corner just as casually. You know, he walked back like, I got $50 million in the bank. What the hell am I doing?
Yeah, that's right. That's the truth.
The impression, that's the impression that I got. That's the impression that people around me got. People that's not even boxing people. People that's not even boxing people. So look how he's walking back to the corner. And then one lady said, he's got that swag with small with swag there. I've got $35 million in bank. What the hell am I doing in this race? He's not boxing for legacy, he's boxing for money. And that money is secure in the bank. And it's hard to separate the two sometimes. Joshua's saying to himself now, what am I doing? I'll go back out and I'll back down 30 more million and I'll call it a day. Because he goes back in that ring with that kind of doubt in his mind, like he said, I have problems getting up for the fight. I have problems mentally getting into the fight. If you got that kind of problem, you some pina colada or something, and think about what you're doing.
Hey, Mr. Bashir, my man Kaz says, is Mr. Bashir suggesting that it wasn't a lucky punch? So we suggest, is that what you're suggesting, Mr. Bashir? It wasn't a lucky punch?
A lucky punch?
Yeah.
No, you mean a lucky 5 or 6 punches. You mean lucky punch. He was hitting them everywhere. A lucky punch. For professional boxers trained to be in a professional boxing match, and they get in the bell ring, the punches that land, them ain't no damn lucky punches. Them are punches that they trained them. They trained to throw the punches. Give me a break. Lucky punch my ass. Lucky punch my ass. You notice when you say that there's a lucky punch, people say, you ever hear the competition when the competition fighting? Two boxers is boxing. Hypothetically speaking. And one of them throw a wild left hook, and that left hook missed. You know what the commentator says? Oh, he threw an amateur's left hook. That's what the commentator said. But let that same left hook land on the foot. That's when they say, God, he hit him with a left hook. The left hook got him down. The left hook is the best thing since Jesus. The left hook is the best thing since Jesus. So that's hypocritical talking about it's a lucky punch. Lucky punch my ass. I hit him with 4 or 5 punches. And I tell Anthony into his face, man. I would tell Anthony. Because one thing I know about Anthony appreciates the truth.
Not right now, Mr. Bashir. He ain't trying to hear that. Not right now. I don't think he's trying to hear the truth right now. He's in denial. That's what he in.
Well, if he's in denial, I still talk to his face because I think I got that kind of relationship with him when he listens to me, when he respects me.
Hey, you remember last time you were truthful to Dillian? Well, you showed Dillian that he wasn't gonna be AJ. You remember how that worked, right?
Yeah, Dillian got a little twisted.
Yeah.
Been out of shape, but he still was respectful. He still was respectful to me. Mind yourself, man. I'm your elder, man. I told them, I said, Dillian, don't take this fight right now because the momentum is with Joshua. You cannot beat him. You've been out of boxing for 2 years. You came back here 3-4 meaningless fights. Those fights is not going to prepare you for what you're going to see. And after Joshua in that ring, he went through the fight. What happened? He got knocked out. All right. So I would tell Dillian, I would double down on what I told him, even to now. And I'll tell Joshua, this is not what I feel good. The momentum is with Andy Ruiz. All right? He might be qualified, he might go in and win the fight. But if I'm thinking from this position I'm sitting in now that the momentum is with Andy Ruiz. And if Joshua goes in and gets in a fight with Ruiz, he's going to be knocked out again.
Yeah,
He goes in and gets in a fight. He goes to try to start a fight with Ruiz, he's going to get knocked out.
So, what's your take on Dillian White and the whole thing with Grievous about the drug and the B sample and the change of gloves? What's your take on the whole thing happening, Dillian? We still haven't got the B sample. What's your take?
First of all, you don't change gloves in no fucking locker room. All right, that's out. We using the gloves that we agreed to at the weigh-in, and if you're trying to change those gloves, there won't be no fight for that. I don't work like that. And I'll sue the commission, and I'll sue the Dillian White people. I'm gonna sue everybody that's involved. But I'm not gonna put my box in the ring because I don't know nothing about the gloves that y'all going to use. I don't know if they put some lacquer on it. I don't know if something was wrong with the cushioning. I don't know what those gloves. I don't even know if they came out. I don't know. So why would I switch gloves? We had gloves at the weigh, and then all of a sudden in the locker room, we said, you know what? We're gonna use some different gloves. Oh shit! No. That's not how it works. And I'm surprised that the commission allowed that. So it's a big conspiracy. Somebody probably got paid money to look up the record. But when I found that they changed the gloves, no, I'm not putting my box in there. I don't want my box to get killed in there because somebody doing some hanky-panky with gloves. Let me tell you something. When Lennox first fought Mike Tyson, they tried to get some gloves on Mike Tyson. They had 10 ounces on, but there was 8 ounces.
Really?
They were playing around with gloves. They were putting out some gloves for 8 ounces.
Wow.
So somebody in the fighting cancer looked at the private there because if they find the things that they would take out life for life. Yeah, I'm telling you. Anything to win. Anything to win. So they don't care.
So Reeves' team, they said they came. Yeah, Reeves' team said they came out with different gloves.
Huh?
Reeves' team said they agreed on the gloves and they came out with different gloves. When they went to the British board about the glove, we want to see the glove. The British board said we've already seen the glove. They're fine. They wouldn't let Reeves' team go in there, man, to go in there and check it. Well, Reeves' team realized the glove changed and they said you can't change the gloves already. So
That's the problem. At the rules speak for any fight, especially a championship contest. I always stated every time there was a rules meeting for the championship fight, I always represented the Latin Fiscal thing. Every time there was a fight for the world championship, I was the one that allowed me to send to the rules meeting. Every time Vladimir got the skill, Vladimir said, Bash, go to the rules meeting. He trusted me with that. Every time I went to the rules meeting, I said, I'm going to represent Vladimir so we can start to speak that. And I let them know that I want to be in the room when you put the gloves on. When you grab the fighter's hand, and when you put the gloves on his hand, I want to be in the room. I want to be in the room. And I can't. I said, don't nobody stop me. Don't nobody put no gloves on nobody until I'm in the room. Every time I went to, I represented Vladimir Klitschko for every camp. Later on, the college started coming with me. But, for most part, I would represent the Klitschko camp at the Rules Beat. And I would tell them that I want a time that you're going to rap. I want to be present when you rap. And I want to be present when you put the gloves on. Don't put no gloves on and jump in that room. So I can see what's going on in the glove. So I can put my hands in the glove and then say, okay, put them on. That's how it works. You make the agreement at the rules meeting. You don't wait until after the rules meeting. In the rules meeting, you say, nobody puts gloves on until I'm present. If they wrap the gloves, sometimes I came to the room, the gloves is on. I said, no. Take no gloves off because I made the agreement. Take them off, take them off. We're not going to make a move in the rock room to take the gloves off. They take them off, and I look at them, so I put them back on.
all right, so that's the gloves covered, yeah. So what about finding out, yeah? They get some feedback. What finding out about the drug test and that the guy you're fighting that took drugs, and you find out after the fact that he was allowed to be in the ring, and he tested positive. What's your take on that stuff?
Well, I think the regular people should sue everybody. Dealing the white people, the commission, everybody gets sued. You take a handful of dirt, you throw it at the wall. Some of the dirt is bound to be on the wall.
Well, in England, it got reported in America. It didn't actually come out in England, and over here, nothing's happened really. I think with the British board, what they've done, they implemented random drug testing from USADA. Is it USADA? USADA random drug testing at any sporting event that they can come and check your fighter for any fighter, any event. But other than that, there's not much really changed, and no
All
one's.
the nice guys stuff. Listen, all that nice guy stuff stops. When it's time to fight for the world title, all that nice guy stuff, I don't trust nothing and nobody until my fighter is safely out the ring with the win. So when I get to the win, when I get to the rules meeting, I demand certain things happen. I want to be there when those gloves get ready to be put on the boxes of it. I want to put my hands in those gloves and examine them before the boxer puts them on. I want to examine them. I want to be there when the hands are wrapped so I can make sure. Because people act strange. When they're trying to win, people do strange things. Years ago, I was with Dr. Saad Muhammad. And I was in the locker room with him. And I don't know, I just instinctively, I just got up and started walking around. I don't know to this day why I did it, but I just got up and started walking around. And I was walking past where the guy that he was fighting was. And I looked through the curtain and they were putting sandwiches.
You break, hey, Mr. Bashir, you broke
And I
up.
walked in one day. I said, "What you doing?"
Yo, Mr. Bashir, you broke up. You broke up. Say that again. Break up. What did you see? Break up. You broke up. What did you say? You went past the dressing room. And what did you see?
I said that. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Say again. Say again.
I said that I was watching, I was instinctively, I was in Matthew Salmon's locker room, and instinctively, I elected to get up and walk around. Just walk around while they was dropping his hands. I don't know why I did that. To this day, I don't know why I did that. Up and I walked around. And while I was walking around, I went past the locker room, and I was looking through the curtains, and they were putting sanitary napkins in the boxes, hand wraps. And I walked in and said, "What the hell are you guys doing?" And the guy tried to hurry up and wrap, put tape over it. I said, no, you can't. And I called the commissioner. And the commissioner came in and told me to unwrap them. And they had sanitary napkins. The guy had sore hands. And they were putting sanitary napkins in the wrap. No, that's illegal. You can't do that shit. So I don't trust. And when they get desperate, man, they do anything.
What fight was that with Matthew Star Mohammed?
I don't know. I don't know. What was it? I don't know who it was.
Okay, but that's terrible,
But it
man.
was out there. Yeah, it's terrible. Because when those sanitary napkins get moist and wet, all right, when they get moist and wet under that tape, it's going to turn into a lethal cast. You can break somebody's skull like that.
Yeah.
So I don't put nothing past anybody who's trying to win. I don't trust nobody. I respect people, but when it comes down to fight time championship, no, I want to check everything out. I want to get my fight the best makeup for me.
No, I can see, man. You're very thorough, man. I ain't gonna. I can see why people pay to have you over there, man. You make sure the ship is running smoothly, and you making sure you look after your fighter 100%. Don't trust no one, and I mean it's true, 100%.
No, no. Let me tell you something. You know, when Muhammad Ali fought George Foreman, when they fought George Foreman, they, they, you know, they sent a woman into the camp. They sent a woman into the camp, to Ali's camp. Everywhere Ali went in Africa, this woman was there. And the woman was trying to get Ali to sleep with her. Dude, I don't know the names about what fight it was. I'll start of it, And they tried to get this woman to sleep with her. She tried everything, but Ali was too smart for that. But the deal was, later on we found out they had given the lady $100,000. Back then, they gave her $100,000, said get him in bed. We don't care how you get him there, get him in that bed. And when you finish, we got another $100,000 for it. It didn't work. It didn't work. Ali never went for it. You know what I'm saying? So this is the game people play. They think they hate people. And the fighters, they so fucking egotistic, the woman can't resist me and this, that, this, those people, and then fight time comes, they dead.
Hey, do you
They
reckon?
ain't got no legs.
Do you reckon that happened with Mike? Do you reckon that happened with Mike Tyson and Desiree Washington, where someone might have paid them money?
Well, Mike Tyson went to Tokyo with Buster Douglas. It was, they tell him you're gonna beat Buster Douglas, you're gonna knock Buster Douglas out. Buster Douglas had lost to Tony Tucker, and he had lost to a couple other people. So Buster Douglas wasn't nobody. But what they failed to realize was that Buster Douglas' mother had died. And he was a whole different fighter. When that lady died and he wasn't at that funeral, he said, I'm going to dedicate this fight to my mother. So now you're dealing with a whole different mentality. But Mike is over there with, running around with all the Japanese girls. A couple of days before the fight, he got 3 or 4 girls up there in the bed, Because I'm knocking out 3-4 rounds. But somebody forgot to tell Buster Douglas about that. Buster Douglas said, I'm gonna whoop your ass, man. I'm gonna whoop your ass. And that's just what he did. He whooped his ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't play those games when it comes to the championship, man. You cross all your T's and dot all your I's. You don't play that game.
Yeah.
You're taking everything that you got inside that ring.
But you know the thing is, yeah, in boxing, I've seen a lot of women are men's downfall. What's his name again? The baby bull, Tony Ayala. You know, a lot of women. I'm not saying women are bad. Yeah, he raped someone.
Tony Ayala, he raped a couple of women. He
Yeah,
tied
yeah.
the women up.
Yeah.
Listen, Tony Ayala did his time in the state where I live at. I was quite familiar with him. He's coming in the same gym that I was in, 8th Street Gym in Newark, New Jersey. And he'd come in there and wreak havoc on people. He was a ruthless killer. At 154, he could kill any man. He'll beat you to death. He'll beat you to death. Somebody said something about his father one time. Now, being a good trainer, the guy spit on him and just attacked the guy at a press conference. This guy was crazy, but he was a good fighter. What he did was, it was in Totowa, New Jersey. And this lady in the building, she liked him. You know, she liked him, but she liked him from a distance. She wasn't flirting with him. She could just speak to him. And, you know, and she bought him some candy. So this crazy motherfucker, so the girl liked him. So he goes outside the building and he scales the floors. He's scaling the wall. He's climbing up to her apartment. She lived on the 5th floor. He lived on the 5th floor. He lived on the 9th floor. So he climbed on the outside of the building. He climbed up to a window. He climbed in the window. He tied 3 women up in the apartment. He tied all 3 of them up. He raped all 3 of them. Raped them all night. And they locked his ass up for about 15 years in the state of New Jersey. And when he came home, he went back to Texas and started boxing again. He was old then, but he started boxing again. When he gets to Texas, he's out on parole from New Jersey. You know what he did? He broke into somebody's house in Texas. And you know what happened? The lady said, "What you doing in my house?" He said, "Well, I was just here looking for Cynthia." She said, "Well, Cynthia's not here." But, bow, 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 and shot him. Shot Tony, shot him 3 times.
Oh, real?
He was like, yeah, you just look it up.
No. Wait, did he die?
She shot him inside of her apartment. He was in there creeping in the nighttime and laying in the kitchen. What the fuck you doing in my house? I'm looking for Cynthia. Cynthia ain't here. I got you here with fucking shot him. This is after he got out of prison for the first rape.
Oh man, that's
he
crazy.
tied those women up and raped them, man. The dude was a pervert, man. But he could fight. And that's why Duke and them kept him out of trouble. They was paying off people left and right. They was paying off people left and right. Every way he tried to rape somebody, maybe give him $50,000 to shut up and go away, and $20,000 because he was a money maker. So Duke and the man, they was paying money to keep him out of trouble. They was paying money to keep him out of trouble. The guy was a sex fiend. The guy raped people, man. The guy was a rapist, man. The guy couldn't help himself. He was just a good fighter.
So you think Mike Tyson was a rapist?
No.
You think Mike Tyson was a rapist? You know what I'm saying? Beating down.
No, I think that girl that said Mike raped her. The girl wanted to be a star, all right? It was at a pageant. Mike Tyson called that girl up at 4 o'clock in the morning and said, "Come down to my room." Yo, bitch, you ain't read the papers about Mike Tyson? You don't know nothing about him? You don't come out at 4 o'clock in the morning and go get in the limo with Mike Tyson. And then Mike said, "You know what? I left my keys at the hotel. You want to go up with me?" "Yeah, I'll go with you." At 4 in the morning, what do you think you're going to play backgammon? No. They went up to the hotel room. They did what they had to do. Mike got on the phone, and she got mad when Mike got on the phone, and Mike threw her $500.
Oh.
Want money, take the money anyway. She left the hotel. She never told the hotel security nothing. She never called the police. And then 3 days later, when she didn't win the pageant, you know what? He raped me.
Oh.
So it took her 3 days to come to her senses. Yeah, that's what happened. It took her 3 days to find out that Mike Tyson took some pussy from me. Mike Tyson took something from me. He took my cookies from me.
This shit is hard, bro.
He took my cookies from me. And I just gave my sister 3 days later. He took my cookies from me. No, I don't believe he raped it. I think she liked it, you know. That's what I think. Because if she didn't like it, but look, if somebody violates you, are you going to wait 3 days later, or are you going to go downstairs to the hotel desk and say, listen, call the police, I was just raped?
Yeah, straight away.
You're going to straight away, you're going to tell her that she didn't do that. She didn't do that. She went back to her hotel room, and 3 days later, she said that he raped me.
Oh, man.
And then they're going to get a tax lawyer to represent him in the criminal case.
Yeah.
The girl waited 3 days and said, oh, he raped me. He took my cookies without my permission.
Yeah, that's some messed up stuff, man. These fighters, the thing is what these fighters get up to. So let's talk about Matthew Star Muhammad, because man, I've been watching the guys back in the early 80s fighters, man. They were bad, man. So see Matthew Star Muhammad, man. He was nice, man. He was in wars, man. He was in wars all the time, and like you know what I'm saying. But I was looking at the end of his career, he had a couple of losses, bad. You know what I'm saying. But he was a world champion in that. But no, really. He was really good. I think he inspired Bernard Hopkins. Tell us about Matthew Star Muhammad.
Matthew Star Muhammad was a beast. He was a beast, you know. But after the second fight with Kawhi, he was done. He should have stopped fighting because he had been in a lot of wars. He was all beaten up, but he kept fighting. That's when the losses came in. You know, that's when the losses came in. But he was a really good fighter, really tough fighter. He was a very, very tough fighter. I don't care what you hit him with, he wasn't going nowhere. He was in some really, really good fights. He fought John Conte twice from England.
Yeah, that's right. John Conte, that's right. He stopped him in the second one, bang.
Yeah, he stopped him in the second one. But he beat him up in the first one, too. But
yeah.
John was a good fighter. John Conte was a good fighter.
Yeah. Matthew.
John had a brother named Dave Conte, right?
Oh, no. You tell me. I don't know.
Yeah, he had a brother named Dave Conte from London.
Mm-hmm. Well, they were based in Liverpool, though. They wasn't from London. They're from Liverpool, but yeah.
Well, Britain, you know, it's all Britain, Liverpool.
Oh, his brother used to fight as well?
Yeah, brother used to fight too. And his brother was coming to South camp after that day as a spawn party, you know. And his brother was good too.
Okay. But Eddie Mustafa regret that he didn't get a chance to fight John Conte. He always wanted to fight him, you know, but he never got that fight. But Matthew Star Muhammad, man, he was something special, man. Philadelphia fighter, bro, born and bred like.
Did you know that Matthew Star Muhammad and Eddie fought before?
Yeah, of course. I watched the whole thing, man. I watched one of them. Yeah.
You know Eddie Mustafa and Matthew Star Muhammad fought each other?
Yeah.
I got 6 rounds of that fight.
It's on
I don't know what happened to the other 4 rounds.
It's on
I don't know what happened to 4.
It's on YouTube, though.
No, it's not on YouTube.
Yeah, he is.
Eddie Mustafa and Matthew Star is on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. I swear, I put a playlist of it. Let me check it. I don't playlist of it. Yeah, man.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think so, you know. I don't think you checked.
How much you found out?
Yeah, man.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
6 rounds of that fight.
You know, 6 rounds of that fight, yeah?
I got 6 rounds of them on VHS. I never saw the other 4 rounds.
Man, I'm gonna have to send it to you, man. I swear that fight's up on YouTube. But anyway, yeah, there was some great.
What do you think is going on YouTube?
Yeah, I swear it's there, man. Because it was really grainy though. It was early in their career, very early. Actually, no. Yeah, it was early in their career. Yeah, because I done a playlist on all of them. And what's his name again? There was Thingy Scott. What's his name again? Is it Thingy Scott? And then there was another one. The other Marvin Johnson. Marvin Johnson is the one you showed me how to break down a southpaw. And when Eddie broke him down. But that Marvin Johnson, man, they was some great like heavyweights, man. Like Yaki Lopez. There was some great fight. There were some great fine fighters back then in the early 80s. They were some fine.
There will never be another occasion when the light heavyweight division will look like that.
That they were superb.
John Conte, Marvin Johnson, Eddie Mustafa, Matt Assad,
Spinks.
Oh man.
Yeah, Spinks there. You know what I'm saying?
Spinks,
yeah.
The White Cowie.
What's his name? Thingy Scott.
There'll never be another light.
Yeah. That light heavyweight. No one really. That era was beautiful, man. They were. I was watching the other day. Hey, none of them was boring. Every one of them. What's the other guy? Victor Galentes? Is it Victor Galentes, the Argentinian guy? Yeah. Him. Yeah, him and Yaki Lopez, yo, bro. There was some fights, man. There was an Irish guy back in there as well. There's an Irish guy back in there. He got busted up. I think he busted him up as well. I think Eddie busted him up as well. There was some good. There was like 9 of them, and they were all good, man. They were all good. The light heavyweight was popping. It was popping off, man. It was so wicked.
The Irish guy you talking about is Murray Sullivan.
Murray Sullivan, yeah.
That was light heavyweight division. Will never be another light heavyweight.
Yeah, it was bad, man. It was bad, man. Because I was watching it. I was watching it the other day, and I was like, I done a playlist of it, and I was like, yo, that's what's up. For you guys listening, I'm telling you, man, that was a great division. What's this guy's name? There's a guy in there. One of them. That was
Johnson.
Yeah.
James Scott.
There you go. James Scott. There. That fight with him in prison. That's been tough. Yeah, inmate. Yeah. That he beat Eddie Stuff Muhammad. He beat him bad though, but him and the white gave him that work.
James Scott. His fights came live from Rollaway State Prison.
Yeah.
If you go to YouTube now, you'll see all of his fights was in Rollaway State Prison. He was a killer. He was locked up for 2 double murder. They wasn't going to let him out. They wasn't ever going to let him out. They finally let him out. A few years back when he was homeless. But he was a killer. Everybody came there. Prison. He beat him, except for another prisoner, another inmate, White Cowie.
Yeah.
Beat him.
What do you mean? Like, what? He's a killer? Who Scott killed? Who did he kill?
He was convicted for double murder.
Oh man! Hey, I was talking about Mike Russman. That's the guy I was talking about. That's the white guy I was talking about. Mike Russman.
Mike Russman, yeah.
Yeah. I was talking about him.
But he was locked up for double murder. Scott wasn't going to have out of that prison. He never got a chance to fight for the last heavyweight title because he was just prison.
Yeah.
He died about 3 years ago.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yaki Lopez still alive though. Well, Beverly Rose interviewed Yaki Lopez. She interviewed Yaki Lopez like a couple of days ago.
Can you make an argument for perennial?
Damn, my bad. Yeah, Yaki Lopez is still alive. So.
Who's that?
Nah, I'm just listening since that was some YouTube video. I'm telling you, I'm gonna find that Eddie Mustafa fight. Eddie Mustafa versus Thingy, bro. Eddie Mustafa, I'm telling you that fight's there, man, because that whole era, I was like, yo, in the 80s, then because look, man, I was young.
You know who beat James Scott before Cowie beat him?
Eddie Mustafa Muhammad. Ooh.
No, Eddie Mustafa Muhammad lost to James Scott in that prison. You got 1,000 inmates, all of them killers.
According to Wikipedia, Eddie Mustafa Muhammad is the former.
Yeah. What are you saying again? Sorry, what are you saying again? Say again.
When they went to prison to fight, you gotta make them fight to be scared of because it's nothing but go to YouTube and look at all the inmates. And they about they're gonna kill him. And the fight be in there. And look, the fight be like, you know, get out of here. I don't want to get out of the prison. You know, yeah. But it was a Caribbean dude that beat him. I'm trying to think of his
Yeah,
name.
no, that's Stewart. That's you talking about Stewart. You talking about Marvin Johnson. You talking about the Stewart guy, right?
No. James Scott lost his first fight to a Caribbean dude from Philadelphia, but he was from the Caribbean islands. And he spoke with a heavy accent. Go to Scott's record, go to James Scott record, and look at the first loss. It was a Caribbean dude, and he was a tough light heavyweight, but he couldn't beat Stout Muhammad, he couldn't beat Eddie Mustafa, but he could beat everybody else.
Yo, bro, hold up, yo, bro, hold up. Where's Westbrook? Well, I'm trying to find it. Let me see. Oh man,
This guy could beat everybody, but he couldn't beat Eddie Mustafa, he couldn't beat Stout Muhammad, he couldn't beat neither one. Both of them knocked him out.
yeah.
I'm trying to think of his name. He spoke with a heavy Caribbean accent.
Is it?
I'm not scared of this guy. I'm not scared of you. The guy went to the prison to live in the prison.
Mm-hmm.
He trained in the prison. He ate prison food. He stayed in there with the inmates. He said, I'm going to beat Scott. And he did beat him.
Scott, because when I was Scott, he was okay, man. He beat the shit out of Eddie. He beat Eddie bad though, man. He give Eddie some okay.
Look at this guy, man. Look at this guy. I got this bothering me now.
Now he lost, but he lost. Okay, he lost to what's it? Jerry Martin.
What is it?
Jerry Martin.
Jerry the Bull Martin. That's who it was. And that fight is on YouTube. Look at that fight.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that.
Jerry the Bull Martin could beat everybody, but he couldn't beat Eddie and he couldn't beat Star. He couldn't beat him.
See.
He couldn't beat him.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now, isn't it? Yeah.
Do you ever heard of a guy named Ross Fields?
No.
Ross Fields ripped off Wells Fargo. Ross Fields ripped off the Wells Fargo security company. You know, Wells Fargo to do all the armored cars.
Okay.
This guy found some way to rip off the Wells Fargo company, and he was making all these fights. And he was throwing away all the fights. He getting all this money from. He was making all the champions fight each other and giving them astronomical amounts of money. And the people couldn't figure out where can he get all this money from.
Mm-hmm.
So he tried to make a fight between Eddie Mustafa and Saad. And at that time, he would give each one of them $3 million. He said, oh yeah, we'll fight. But before they could make the fight, the FBI arrested him and took him down to jail. I was in Mike Tyson's camp years later when he got out of prison, and the guy came with Mike Tyson, and he came in the gym, and he had $2 million. He said, Mike, I got $2 million. You take this $2 million and go to Japan with me, and I'll give you $2 more million. So he was getting something out of it, but Mike wouldn't do it, but Mike didn't trust him. But the guy had cash money. So he went to jail for about 7 years for us.
Boy, yeah.
That's all he got. Yeah, the reason he got 7 years because he confessed. He said, look, I stole the money and I go to jail. Because if he didn't confess, he would probably run up 20 years. So he did 7 years. He said, yeah, I stole it. You know, he said, I couldn't help you deal with it. And then he's back there, so you think I'm really not smart? I'm a thief. That's what I do. I steal money.
Man, there's some shysters down there, man. There's some shysters, man.
Yeah, man. All you gotta do is just Google Ross Fields.
Ross
He went
Fields.
to jail. Ross Fields. ROSSFIELDS. Ross Fields. He had about 50 elders men. One day he Ross Fields, that day he Charlie Walker, you know? So, oh man, I can tell you about some characters that I met for good things. We got some steal some money. Me, I wasn't gonna help you, no jail. No, I can't do that. I did one stint, 3 years and 8 months. And I prayed, God, every night I prayed to God, I said, God, please, just let me get out of this place alive and intact. All right? I just wanted to get out of there. And I said, if you let me get out of here, God, I'll never come back. And I never did go back. I never went back.
Wow.
But I stayed those 3 years and 8 months, and that was the scariest trip I ever had.
Wow. Where was it?
There's a bunch of crazy people there, you know? I was a young guy, you know. I was about 115, 120 pounds. And I said, man, God, please watch out for me in here. There's all kinds of things happening. People was getting hit in the head, and people was getting stabbed. And I was in a big dormitory. And there was like 250 people in there. And some of the people in there looked like they had killed their parents. I said, oh, God, please. I used to look at them, and if they look at me, I turn my head and look at the floor because I didn't want them to see me looking at them. It was crazy people, man. It was dangerous in there.
What prison was that? Where was that? Rollway? Was that Rollway?
It was a place in New Jersey called Yardville.
Yardville.
And they had all Yardville,
Mm-hmm.
Yardsville, and the place is still there. It's still there. The place is still there. And I was there, and people was getting stabbed, and people was getting beaten, people was getting raped, all kinds of shit was going on. I said, Lord God, will you please watch out for me, please? Please watch out for me. And he said, I can be promised. I said, I promise I'll never do nothing again and come back in. And somehow I got out of there. One day I was driving, and I pulled off the road, and I went to the place and just sat outside. I eating a sandwich, watching the place. And man, my memory jogged me up a bit. I said, shit, I never want to get involved in this stuff. There's all kinds of stuff that was terrible. I can't do no time. I can't be in no prison. You're sitting around a bunch of freaking men for 3-4 years. Oh, no, man. They used to have a church meeting in the place. And at the church meeting, everybody would go to the church meeting because the lady played the piano, and then everybody come to pray, and they look under the lady's dress, you know? Everybody be acting like they're praying, but they're looking at the lady's dress, they're playing the piano. So they got hip to us, and they start putting stuff up their block or something, you couldn't see it, and nobody wants to pray no more. So that was the stint that I did, but I never did it again.
Wow. That's sad. Yeah, because Tupac was saying it's boring in prison. You just sit around, ain't doing nothing, it's holding for time, and all you do is fake. I mean, he said it's just boring, and you obviously you gotta watch out. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's real bad, man. Yeah, Mr. Bashir, man. People enjoy your stories, Mr. Bashir. They say you should write a book. Well, you got some more stories you want to tell us? Because people, they enjoying it.
I was in there with Jay Scott and the white collar. They were there with me. We were all young men. And we had another brother that was a boxer too. His name was Tony Braxton. He fought Frank the Animal Fletcher 3 times. He could fight too. All of us was in the institution together. All of us, and we was young savages. We steal, rob, cheat, lie. So I stayed with them so I could be safe. It was either be a thief or get killed. And I wasn't that wasn't on my mind. I had to get out of there. Every time I saw my mom would be crying. She'd be crying. She said, baby, are you all right? I said, yeah, Mom, I'm all right today. I don't know about tomorrow.
Oh, man. Oh, dear.
I'm all right today. Right now, I'm all right, but I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Because they had gangs in there, you know?
Yeah?
Yeah, they had gangs in there, prison gangs, man. One gang run the top floor, another gang run the bottom floor. But I found a way to survive. Because a lot of them couldn't read and write, and so I would write their letters to their girlfriends. So everybody that didn't me, I was like the secretary, I'd write their letters. There wasn't no internet. You had to write. And I'd write letters to their girlfriends. So everybody depended on me to read their letters and write their letters, and I'll be making up all kinds of stuff to talk to the girlfriend.
That's all right.
You know? Yeah, that's how I survived.
3 years. Damn.
3.5 years. It was like 3 years, 8 months.
It's a long time, man. It's a long time.
And the day that they released me, you know how when a car burn rubber and they leave the tire marks on the ground.
Yeah.
You understand that?
Yeah. Tire mark on the ground, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I did. That's what I left. When I left that prison, that's what I did. I left skid marks on the ground from my heels. I was getting away from this so fast. Never went back. Hell no. And James Scott could fight. And Dwight Cowie could fight. You know, Cowie was only about 5 feet 8 inches tall, but he kicked my ass though. He didn't play.
Yeah, Cowie listed is 5'6", man.
Dwight Cowie and James Scott went to a further prison. They went to another prison, and they was there together.
Mm-hmm.
The one in Roy State Prison.
Yeah, Roy.
And Cowie said that James Scott owed him money for sparring. James Scott said, "No, I don't owe you money." Cowie had got out of the prison. He said, "You owe me money, and if you don't give me the money, I'll come back to the prison and I'll kick your ass." Scott said, "Do it." Well, go to YouTube and you can see that fight. He went back to the prison and fought Scott, and he beat him.
Yeah, I know. There's a beating, man. He beat him bad, man. Beat him bad. Kawhi's style is hard to figure out, man. It's very hard to fight that kind of guy. It's not like the Mike Tyson style. It's different. Very hard to be just there weaving.
Cowie was a dangerous man.
He was, man.
He was a dangerous man, you know, in the ring and out of the ring.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, it was about 8 boys. I think about 8 boys. I don't think it was no girls in the family. And it was a tragic family. You know, they came out of Camden, New Jersey. That's the south of where I live at. And Camden is one of the dangerous cities in the United States to this day. And we come from a tough family, you know, tough family. One of his brothers killed the father.
Yeah.
Yep. One of his brothers killed the father. So it was a tragic situation all the way around. But everybody in that prison knew that you don't want to mess around with the white Cowie because if you don't kill him, he don't kill you. So it's best to just stay clear. I just say, "How you doing?" and keep it moving.
Good Lord.
Say, "How you doing today?" He said, "I'm doing fine." I said, "Okay, good. Keep it moving. Here we go." You know, I don't need to associate with people like that.
Good gosh, man. But you've been friends with Eddie though. Eddie had trouble with Cowie as well. You and Eddie are lifelong friends, right?
Yeah, me and Eddie, we go way back to when Eddie was fighting.
Mm.
We go way back to when Eddie was fighting. Man. Me and Eddie was good friends. We still good friends. I was just with Eddie in Las Vegas. Our guys, he had a guy and I had a heavyweight. And our heavyweights were sparring each other practically every other day.
Well, that's cool, man. That's nice, man.
Yeah, me and Eddie we go way back. Eddie was talking about Muhammad was fighting in the golden age. You know, he could fight.
Yeah, he was. Some great fights. Them 80s were great. When I was watching the other day, man, they were classics, man. I don't care about the quality, man. The fights was amazing.
Do you know Eddie Mustafa fought Benny Briscoe?
No, I haven't seen that one. But I don't know too much about Benny Briscoe. What you know about Benny Briscoe?
Then he'll kick your ass if you can't fight. Did
he fight Hagler? Benny, did he fight Hagler?
He fought Hagler. Hagler beat him.
Yeah.
That's the first time I saw Marvin Hagler box. Hagler was boxing that night because Briscoe was hard as a rock. And Hagler had to box him there.
Hey, is he Benny Briscoe? Is he the one with the Jewish star on his trunks?
Yeah.
But is that the Israel? Is that the Hebrew Israelites?
I don't know what it was about. I didn't ask him about it. Benny Briscoe had one of them looks like he had just killed his parents, so I didn't bother him.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
used to see him in the gym in Philadelphia, but I didn't bother with him.
yeah.
He looked like a no-nonsense guy, so I ain't bothered. You gotta worry about me. Hey, you see, look, when I was in London and you saw me, right?
Yeah.
You didn't see no stab wounds on me. You didn't see no scars or nothing. You know why? Because I know to keep my mouth shut, mind my fucking business. Keep your mouth shut, mind your business.
Mind your business.
Yeah, especially in them jails and institutions, you keep your mouth shut and mind your business.
Yeah, that's some hard shit, man. You come up with some hard background, Mr. Bashir, man. So you bring that knowledge into the fight. The fight game's easy. The fight game's easy compared to that, right?
I came into the institution in 1967.
Yeah.
All right. And then let you know, in 1967, I was a young kid, man. I was just barely 16, 17 years old.
Yeah.
And they didn't send me to the juvenile prison. They sent me to the adult prison.
Good Lord.
And I got there, and I was thinking to myself, I said, you know what? Either somebody gonna kill me or I'm gonna kill them. You know?
How old is you again?
I was just barely 16, 17 years old.
What the fuck? Hold on, you in there with fucking good 20-something, 30-year-old men? And you, what?
Yeah, me and another guy named O'Brien was the youngest guys in there.
They crazy.
Because I had adult charges.
Oh, okay.
They charged me as an adult. I had adult charges, so so that's why I was there,
Damn. Hey, the fight with Matthew Sar Muhammad was a draw. Was it a draw? Oh, it was a draw? Okay. No, he lost. A split decision. It was a split decision, right? Matthew Sar Muhammad and Eddie Mustafa Muhammad. That's the fight you talk about, right?
Yeah, and the fight took place in Philadelphia.
Yeah, let's talk about the Philadelphia Spectrum. That shit, oh yeah. That was the popping, man. The Philadelphia Spectrum was popping, man. That was the place.
We got a masseuse here.
You got masseuse?
To be continued. We do part 2 tomorrow because we got a masseuse here.
All right,
everybody get ready to get naked and get a massage.
All right, Mr. Bashir, man. Hey, we appreciate you coming over.
I'm here with Ivana. I'm here with Ivana and Tanya.
Yeah.
One of the small partners, myself and what's his name? Eduardo,
yeah.
Jose. Say hello to my friend.
Hola. Hey. Hola. Hola.
That's my man. He coming through the massage. Hola.
That's what's up, man. Mr. Bashir getting the massage. All right, Mr. Bashir. Hey, we leave it for now, and then we part 2 again. Hey, the fight's on YouTube, though. I'm looking at. Hold on. They only got. Oh, okay. They only got 9 minutes, though. Oh, you was right. Okay. They ain't got that many rounds. All right, Mr. Bashir. We catch up then.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll review the fight with Lomachenko and Fury in tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Definitely, Mr. Bashir. We catch up tomorrow, right?
It's been a long time, man.
Yo, definitely, man. Hey, it's good catching up with you, Bashir. We're gonna definitely do the fight tomorrow, man. You take care. Enjoy your massage.
Very, very happy to talk to you. You know, you guys with us, you know.
Yeah, you know, I'm always there. You know,
call, you know.
Definitely, Mr. Bashir, man. We catch up, bro. Take care.
Wait, I got one of the small partners here. Wait a minute. Here go one of the small partners. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Tanya.
Hey, how you doing? You right? Cool.
You hear that?
Yeah. I hear that.
What's the matter? The cat got your tongue? Huh?
The sparring partners, man, they're shy.
I'm shy. I'm not shy. I am Tanya.
Oh, you're not shy? Okay. How you doing, Tanya? Right?
You hear that?
Yeah, I hear that.
Great, how are you?
I'm a good boxer, you know.
Yeah?
But here's Ivana.
How you doing, Ivana?
I'm not here.
You're not there? Okay.
I disappeared.
Hey,
Okay,
Yeah,
come on, be continued.
Yeah, definitely. Take care.
Part two tomorrow.
All right, man. Take care. Peace.
Love
God bless. That's Mr. Bashir, man. I'll leave him to it. All right, so hey, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Yeah, man. Hey, you want to check out some of these fights, man. Yeah, the fights we were talking about was light heavyweight. Yeah, appreciate it. No problem, man. Yeah, we're gonna probably tomorrow when Lomachenko gonna be fighting thing. Me and Mr. Bashir probably cover that. I probably got Spencer calling in maybe, to cover the fight, but I don't expect that fight to be long. The Fury fight, I got perfection winning that fight. Yeah, man, no problem, Kaz, man. No problem, lost one, man. You guys are cool. What's up, H Money in the chat as well? Big up to H Money. I see H Money in the chat, man. You guys kept the chat popping, bro. And the rest of you guys in there, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, man, it was a good conversation, and Mr. Bashir covered. Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, Mr. Bashir is a legend, bro. He is, man. He got stories for days, man. But hey, let me send you guys the playlist, man. Let me show you the playlist of Eddie Mustafa of Kawhi, the white Kawhi. Yeah, man, because I got a playlist of them, man. Listen, these guys here back in the 80s, if you want to watch some good fights, exciting fights, no boring fights, these guys fight, boy. That's the thing about Mr. Bashir. Like he'll give you a whole perspective of a different era that certain people don't know about. Like, you know what I mean? Especially when you've got downtime as well. Lomachenko, all these fights coming up, like people are like, oh man, what am I gonna watch? Die-hard boxing for people watch the normal, but some of these fights in the 80s, they go underneath the radar because maybe the quality of the film and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, but these guys could fight, man. Let me get the playlist up before I go. The Mr. Bashir over there with the masseuse and stuff like that. That's the first woman fight he's had. I remember what's his name again? Roger Mayweather had a woman fighter, and that shit didn't really work out. Women are emotional, so Mr. Bashir's doing pretty well so far. We'll see how that works. I hope he don't get accused of any bullshit. You know what I'm trying to say he done something with them masseuses. Remember we got, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to hear no bullshit, bro. Mr. Bashir's going down. You know what I'm saying? Like that's some bullshit. All right, let me give you that card, the white coward, man. Let's see if further fight. Where Kawi at? Okay. The white Muhammad Kawi. Yeah, Kawi, that's this guy's bad. This guy's amazing, man. Kawi. Alright, here's the playlist. Play the playlist right here. You guys enjoy this fight. He has some really good fights. And he took prison fights, all that. This is Kawhi is like you be like Mike Tyson, you're like Kawhi, man. Kawhi just busy, or he's just in your chest. There you go. Yeah, I want to see Mr. Bashir getting done up like real like Mike Tyson. H Money, yo, boy, Mr. The Zone. You know what I'm saying? H Money, the best. He's the best hype man here on YouTube. H Money, bro. All right, let me play the playlist, and then I'm gonna be out. You know what I'm saying? Let me play this playlist right here. 1 second. There you go. So that's the playlist for Dwight Coward. Dwight Coward. What's it? Dwight Coward. Dwight Muhammad Coward. That's his playlist. Check that out. And that's it, man. I appreciate you guys. Hey, keep the thumbs up. Keep the notification bell for the preview. Yeah, you're welcome, man. You're welcome, Lost One, yeah? And the preview for Luke Campbell tomorrow. Fury. You know what I'm saying? Mr. The Zone. Drop me streaming. I'm out here. I'm gone now, man. I was eating my food, like Mr. Bashir called me, but I already made a playlist for him. So tomorrow, you're talking about for tomorrow, Mr. Money. Yeah, no problem. We can do it tomorrow. Yeah, so yeah, like I said, tomorrow we're gonna cover the fights and we're gonna see what's going on, man. I have 2 questions for Mr. Bashir. Yeah, hey, he come back tomorrow, man. We're gonna catch Mr. Bashir tomorrow, man. 2 questions tomorrow. No doubt, man. Save the question for tomorrow. Check the playlist out. Thumbs up the video, share it around. My name's EJ Boxing Live, and you guys enjoy your evening, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.